jump in. So, guys, Chris down there, he is from the Objective Geek. He is awesome. I'm going to let him take over and tell you why you should check out his channel, what he's all about.
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, thank you, John, for having me. John was just on my podcast / YouTube channel my YouTube channel is called The Objective Geek, where I review movies. I try to say that I give the most objective review as possible because I break movies down into 6 different categories, assign weights to them depending on the genre, and that way I can just more objectively review each movie depending on the genre. So, like, for instance, the first Avengers movie, very action heavy, right? No matter the movie, I still give it the same action weight, and so it gets 10 out of 10 on that. Like, I think the first Avengers movie is better than the Suicide Squad. Not the Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad. I think it's better than Suicide Squad. But I still enjoy Suicide Squad more, but Avengers will still get a higher score. So I try to be objective in my reviews. But mostly, my channel is very heavily weighted towards Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is my favorite television show of all time. So we, on Avatar: The Last Podcasters, we review each episode, talk theory, different things like that. And also, every now and then we just talk random things, which recently we had John on to have a really long review of the Batman. Very, very long. Like, I was tired the next day. Like I think
it was like 2:30 in the morning
talking about the Batman.
Yeah, my voice was thrashed. Yeah. So yeah, we had a good time there, and so I
couldn't get Caleb on here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Beforehand,
Caleb in a different way.
Yeah, Caleb's a good dude. I met him at my previous job. Just sounds like you and Sean. We've been doing videos now since 2019. What really sparked us was probably Avengers Endgame that was coming out, and we went and saw Slender Man, which is a terrible horror movie, and then we went and we kept watching horror movies together. We would stand outside the theater and talk almost as long as the movie, and we're like, you know what, we got to get on live and just do this because we just have a blast. So
that's so funny. Like, me and Sean, we've been doing Outro Last Podcasters now for maybe 4 or 5 years. I'm not even sure how long it was, but I remember we were at a movie together, and at the end we're in the parking lot. Like, we should do a podcast. Yeah, we should do a podcast. just funny how those things happen.
Yeah, well, when you're a nerd, you got a lot. When you got a lot to say, sometimes you need to get it out. And sometimes, like, especially with us and like horror, and then sometimes in anime too. I've got other buddies like at work that like they try to slip in anime. Like, hey man, you watch anime? And I'm like, well, I've watched a few things that I like, but I that's not my whole library. And it's like horror and anime. Like, I don't know if that's the same for you, but it's hard to find people where you can just go full nerd mode and just be like, just dump on everything you've ever thought of. So yeah, that's why we got into this. But Chris, what is your favorite scary movie?
Favorite scary movie? That's funny. That's a funny question. Just because of Scream and everything. My favorite scary movie is The Exorcism of Emily Rose. You familiar with that? Like,
yeah,
the scene where oh gosh, where she's in the barnyard and Tom Wilkinson is doing the exorcism on her, and she's like, "There's 7 of us," and then like she goes through and names all the demons, and then there's like, "And I, Lucifer," like, holy crap, Lucifer, and then it's just like, I don't know, love that movie.
Nice. So you like that better than the Exorcist?
I mean, it's been a while since I watched The Exorcist. I'm not too older movies doesn't do it for me that much. Like, I watched The Shining recently. I was like,
whoa, easy.
It's okay.
Whoa.
The thing is, so I watched oh my gosh, I can't think of the movie. The somewhat sequel to The Shining. And I was like, let me go back and watch The Shining because I really liked Dr. Sleep. Really liked Dr. Sleep. I thought it was really great. Mike Flanagan is so good. I love all his different properties on Netflix. And he directed Dr. Sleep. So I was like, all right, let me go back and watch The Shining. And I was like, yeah, this is good. For some reason, it just wasn't for me. So I don't know. Sometimes older movies are hard for me to really get into.
See, I got into horror at a very young age. So by the time I got into it in like the early '90s, like the early '80s wasn't too far off. Like technology hadn't really established a jump in you know what I mean on film, on action, on stuff like that. So it wasn't too bad. And Caleb did say that's a very solid pick for your favorite scary movie. That is a
Yeah.
solid one. I have that. I now really want to watch that. Um, let's see, Knives Out, Knock Knock, and Blade Runner 2049. I still haven't seen Blade Runner 2049. I need to watch that. Um,
I haven't either. I think I try again older movies. I tried to watch the first Blade Runner. I I'm terrible at older movies sometimes. I couldn't get all the way through it. But Blade Runner 2049 is on it's on Netflix right now. It's on HBO Max. I really want to watch it. And I hear you don't have to watch that one necessarily to watch. Uh, you didn't have to watch the older one to watch the new one. So
Yeah, I heard it's really good. Yeah, I've actually tried to watch Blade Runner. I've watched it one time all the way through, and then tried to show it to my wife because she's a big Harrison Ford fan, and she fell asleep, and I fell asleep. We tried to watch it again and fell asleep. We can't do it. I know there's like 15 different versions to that, but wow, wow.
yeah.
Caleb's saying it's one of his favorite films in the last 5 years. Holy crap! Okay, that seals
I
it.
mean,
I've got to get on that too. Okay, so Jabari
everybody
Paul.
who watched it is blown away by it.
Yeah, yeah, I can't, and it makes sense, now that technology's up there, and I mean, you can really go for it. And everybody in the movie is a pretty solid actor. I know everybody's on the Jared Leto hate train, um, but, and when I defend Jared Leto, I'm not necessarily defending him. Holy God, I said he was good in Dallas Buyers Club, and people came unglued on me, and a friend's page, and I was like, guys, I'm not saying him as a person. I'm not saying his choices in acting. I'm saying for the script that was handed to him and the acting he did, I thought it was okay. Like, holy God. But anyway, um, let's see. Sorry. So Caleb, Jabari, Chris, and Paul, whoever else is here, little homework for you if you stick with us the whole time. So I want three good things from this movie. Three good things, solid things. And I want three worst things in this movie. And then I want you to
Okay.
think of this is all three. So three best, three worst. And I want you to think of three worst superhero movies if you can. And then also, if you can, think of maybe like, could this be the most fun commentary of all time? Like, I was trying to think of a better movie to just sit there and beat the bejesus out of it, and I could not think. And
Oh, there's plenty. There's okay. So there are there
go
are
ahead.
three terrible movies that hurt me, that hurt my soul, because I'm such fans of those original things. Batman and Robin. Like Batman and Robin was so bad that I didn't see Batman Begins in theaters. Like I just thought and Batman Begins is my favorite movie of all time. Like I just thought it was another Batman movie. They're bad. I don't need to see it. The Last Airbender. Again, I'm a huge Avatar fan, and that movie just it hurt me so bad. And Dragon Ball Evolution. The thing is, I
Oh,
did a commentary on Avatar Last Podcasters we did a commentary on Last Airbender, doing a commentary on Batman and Robin. So I feel like I need to just finish it off and one day do a commentary on Dragon Ball Evolution, just to cleanse my soul of these things and exercise them.
now, I did watch some of that, most of that commentary for Avatar because I was like, I need it. But so Avatar, I mean, I've got to imagine that hurts your feelings more than Dragon Ball. But Dragon Ball's the now there's a disrespect to Avatar. There truly is. There's a disrespect to Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z, but Dragon Ball Z was absolute garbage from start to finish.
Uh, Wait, Dragon Ball Z was garbage, or Dragon Ball Evolution the movie?
Sorry, that Evolution, the movie, yeah, it's an absolute train
Oh,
wreck, horrible piece of junk.
yeah. So the Last Airbender hurt me more, but the Dragon Ball Evolution is worse,
Yeah.
without a doubt. There's no redeeming qualities in that film. I cannot think of one. I can think of a few in the Last Airbender, Like M. Night Shyamalan was trying to do a couple different things. I can think of a few good things, but Dragon Ball Evolution, no, there's nothing redeeming at all.
Yeah, at least there's a couple cool visuals in Avatar, but otherwise. So we got The Room, Carnival of Souls remake, and this for Caleb. Okay, 3 worst superhero movies. Jabari, you're trying to piss me off. Ultron, Ultron, and Ultron. The Quest for Peace is a runner-up. I actually like The Quest for Peace only because I grew up with it and I was starved for Superman. Um, and Jabari, I'm a big defender of Age of Ultron. By the way, I know a lot of people crap on it. I understand some things, but I don't understand most of the hate.
So I think Ultron is actually better than the first Avengers. I'm one of those people that think the first Avengers movie is highly overrated. Like,
okay,
the thing is,
okay.
All right, real quick, it's not a to me it's not a movie. There's no conflict until the third act of the movie, and to me it's just like sure they fight each other. I'm like this doesn't make there's no stakes to their fights. Like when Thor is fighting Hulk, I'm like nothing's gonna happen. They're gonna be fine afterwards. There's no stakes to it. So to me the movie really doesn't start until the third act. And Ultron was at least different. Ultron at least challenged the characters in some type of different ways. I still didn't love the movie, but I thought it was better than Avengers, which I know is a highly unpopular opinion. That's okay.
Jabari's getting all fired up, shaking his head. Yeah, I do like this. Elektra.
I don't know.
Elektra's so bad I never saw it. And Green Lantern, I'm a defender of Green Lantern as well. It's not good, but it's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. It had potential to have a good sequel.
I don't think so. I agree.
Thank you. See,
but Elektra. We're forgetting Catwoman.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that in a big, massive theater in Atlanta, Georgia. It was like, I can't believe I spent money on this.
Yeesh. I can't think of. Let's see. So Batman and Robin for me. Batman and Robin, Catwoman. Probably one of the older Supermans. Probably Quest for Peace.
Caleb, I've never seen Elektra. I can't weigh in, but there's no way. There's no way.
I don't think I was. Yeah. No.
Yeah, I think Halle Berry. Yeah, I think she killed it for me. After that, I was very distrustful.
I don't really want to watch those two. I'm not sure I really want to disprove this because I don't really want to watch those two again to even try to.
Yeah, Caleb says, trust me, it's. Ugh. Now, I want to go back and revisit Supergirl because everybody says that's a trash movie. But when I was a kid, once again, starved for superhero movies because there wasn't any back in the day. I remember actually, it was okay.
I never seen Supergirl before, so.
Yeah.
I have a wish to see every single superhero movie ever actually released, and I haven't done that yet. But so I still need to get on that. I still haven't seen the first Hulk movie, which is weird.
The Ang Lee?
Yeah, never seen it. Don't know why.
Oh wow!
Like I wanted to. Like I remember seeing that first trailer when Spider-Man 2 came out, I think, or maybe it was Spider-Man 3. I was like, oh, I need to see that, and I just never got around to it. And then I heard bad things. I just never got around to
it. It's pretty bad. It's watch-worthy, but it's pretty bad. It's a rough one, but it's not awful. There's a couple fight scenes, and God, not Gary Oldman. What's his name? 48 Hours. Eddie Murphy. Oh, Nick Nolte. Nick Nolte's actually probably the highlight of the whole movie. So, okay, well, I'm going to get my stuff ready to go because it actually just turned off on me. I had it ready, and it said, well, you're taking too long, so I'm going to get that going again, and we will get rocking and rolling. While this waits, like, man, we've got... Oh, go ahead.
We're starting at the 5-second mark of...
Yeah, hopefully mine... I had it perfect, and then it gave up on me. Oh, damn. Oh, wait. Oh, no! The TV gave out on me, not the Blu-ray player. Maybe? Uh-oh. Technical difficulties.
I first think Nick Nolte is the highlight of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God, I can't think of anybody's name. David Banner, whatever his name was. He was actually okay in the movie. It's just, ugh. The CGI is terrible. What's happening? TV. Why do you hate me? There you go. And okay. Do not. Here we go. Are you still paused? Info. Where's the info button? Info. Okay. That's not good. No, pause. I'm paused 6 seconds in.
Yeah. Well, while we wait, 6 seconds. Okay. Let me. All right. When do you want me to press play?
Are you at 6?
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Next week. What does it say? I can't see. I can't read it. What does it say, Chris? The bottom one.
Velocipaster. Velocipaster.
Never heard of it, man. There must be something really terrible in the horror world. But okay.
Mixed with the Velociraptor.
Yeah. No, that's gonna be terrible.
You know what horror movie I hate? Sorry, I'm bringing this up. Splice. I hate Splice. Do you guys like Splice?
I bought it because I liked the actors. Right? It was on DVD. My wife, we literally finished watching it. She popped open the DVD, put it in its clamshell, and threw it away. She was like, "We were never watching this movie again." I was like, "That movie was trash. Like this last 25% of it's trash."
It was so weird to me. I was like, is he having sex with her? Is she raping him now? Or raping her? I was disturbed.
Well, yeah, because like it plays off as like, yeah, he's her daughter, or like he's her dad, and like they have this father-daughter thing, and then all of a sudden things get dark and weird and funky, and then it's like I don't understand. Yeah, no. Yeah. There were boundaries crossed that it did not hint at all. Yeah. But
yeah.
All right, let's see here.
Okay.
Just go in here, get the headsets on. I think I muted it. Should still be muted. Warner Brothers is serious. I remember the first time I got a copyright strike, I was like, yes, I've made it.
Oh, Viacom, which is the owner of Paramount and Nickelodeon, they are like ruthless. They've been known across YouTube as being like the most greedy people. Like they won't let you put 10 seconds of a clip. Like anytime I make a video about Avatar, I gotta make sure that any little clip is like 9 seconds or below, or they'll copyright strike it.
Good Lord. Yeah, and it's like, well, thanks for taking that penny. I'm glad that can add to your billions.
Yeah.
Let's see. 3 best superhero movies. Days of Future Past. Snyder Cut.
I love
Winter Soldier.
I think it's great.
It's probably the best X-Men movie.
It's hard for me to get on board. It's hard for me to get on board with Snyder Cut because it's 4 hours long, and I haven't been able to watch it again. Like I've tried, and I just haven't been able to do it. But for me, the best 3: Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and probably Man of Steel. But that shows a lot of DC bias on my part.
Yeah. Dude, people sleep on Man of Steel and how good it is. But
love Man of Steel. Love it. So good.
So good. Hans Zimmer at his best. So here we go with 1997's masterpiece that is Batman and Robin, directed obviously by Joel Schumacher, in which he apologizes on the commentary if he offended anybody or disappointed him. Written by the same person, I can't remember his name for the life of me, in Batman Forever. Rushed into production as soon as Batman Forever was a hit. Could not get back Val Kilmer. Unfortunately, we got George Clooney, who was not directed very well, unless he was directed to do exactly this. Mr. Freeze was rewritten to fit Arnold Schwarzenegger. Alicia Silverstone, who got me into ladies, loved her in Clueless. Chris O'Donnell, who's amazing. Probably this and his D'Artagnan in Three Musketeers is the only thing I really think he's great in. And Michael Gough, obviously, who's amazing Alfred. Uh, God, it's been a while. It's gonna get
Yeah.
ugly. We've got to delay a little bit, so hang out with
I'm not.
us.
I'm weirdly looking forward, but also not looking forward to watching this. But like I said before, like I told you, I've been in a really good Batman mood lately. Like I watched Batman Forever a couple of days ago. Watched Batman 66, the movie, halfway through it, like last night. And I'm just enjoying being back into like I don't know, something about the Batman being released just makes me want to go back and just revisit all these different Batman things. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
I'm with you, man. So, uh, I think, hey, don't you even time out on me. I don't even think about it. So it sounds like we've got about a 2 to 3 second delay. So Chris, when you hear me say one, hit play because you're probably gonna, because what I do is I go 3, 2, 1, engage. So when you hear one, hit play. Hold on 1 second. We haven't talked about how good Watchmen is. Dude, Watchmen's amazing. I've loved that ever since it came out.
Watchmen is so good. Zack Snyder, such a freaking visionary, man. Like
Yeah.
he Watchmen's, and I think okay, so it might be sacrilegious, but I think it improves on the book. Like it takes out some of the things that's not needed, and also the ending there I think makes way more sense than the book's ending does.
Yeah. Jeffrey
I
D.
know Alan
Morgan,
Moore's
every
probably
time
going
he's
to
on
come down
scene,
from
he
the
steals
heavens.
that movie. Watchmen. Yeah, I
Yeah,
just watched Watchmen. I believe it's on Netflix. I own it on Blu-ray, but it's I watched it a couple weeks ago. So good. But okay, so 3, 2, 1, engage. Oh God, the Warner Brothers symbol freezing.
just needs time.
It hurts.
You know what? I think the previous movie did the whole Warner Brothers signal turning into the bat symbol.
Sorry, my headset was blaring. It finally kicked in and was like, "Bah!" I was like, whoa. I think this is cool. Like the intro's cool, but it's weird how Arnold got top billing.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
mention that. That was really weird.
I really do like this intro though. It must be said.
Watch this on Blu-ray, and it still does not look that great.
I just bought it on 4K in that four movie pack, and I have not watched it yet. I'm a little sad about that, but I'll make up for that later. Nice butt shot, crotch shot, getting suited up.
Weird. This.
I can say I do like them grabbing their weapons that they're about to use. I think that's cool. The Robin suit's cool. I wish they would have given him maybe a hood, like something to kind of ground down his outfit a little bit.
You know that. You know what though? I gotta say, okay. Positive thing about the movie. I like the look of the Batcave, and even though I don't like the Batmobile, I like the car coming out.
Yeah, I don't think I ever noticed the lighting on the bat symbol there in the where he sits. I don't think I ever noticed that.
That's that's dumb though.
Yeah, yeah. Caleb's talking about the score. John. Yeah, talking about butt shots. God, it's a rough way to start. Give him a little thumbs up. I do think that the entrance of the motorcycle is kind of cool, little unnecessary, but kind of cool. Like he's falling behind.
Yeah, it's like he has to wait for it.
Right.
It's in a little cocoon. I thought, okay, I will say I like the motorcycle.
Yeah,
Like
it is cool.
I don't know, it's. I understand people not liking it, but I had the toy.
I've
I
still
was trying
got
to
it
see the
somewhere. I need
pieces.
to
That's
bust
not
that
the
thing out.
dialogue is so bad.
Oh, oh God, so bad. Let's see. Yeah, Alfred is a good thing. Yep, yep. Yeah, Michael Go's amazing. God, this
Yeah.
is so 1966 Batman. Like they couldn't have tried any harder. Besides, like if they would put "pow" on the screen, then you'd really understand.
But
Like, is he still in the
there's just
Batcave?
something just so fundamentally cool. It's a very long rail or a long
Yep.
track. But there's something fundamentally cool about a Batmobile just racing down anywhere that I find
Hmm.
some type of joy in. Oh my gosh, these sets are atrocious.
Oh God. Yeah, they look $5 fake. Sir Patrick Stewart was up for Freeze. Would have been awesome.
Oh my god. Oh my. I don't. I didn't even know that for some reason.
Yeah.
But he would have killed it. But it would have been in the wrong movie.
Right. Yeah, you needed him something a little classier. Yeah.
Yeah. I like. Oh yeah. What do you feel about the Mr. Freeze design? 'Cause I don't hate it.
I don't hate it because it works for him having to be at sub-zero temperatures, and it fits for the movie because this is exactly what they're going for: shiny and bright. And
I
it
loved it
gives
when
him
I
a
was a
suit too,
kid.
like he could defend against Batman.
Yeah. Yeah. Very. Yeah. Very similar to the suit's not similar to the Arkham City game, but the fact that it probably does protect against Batman is similar to the Arkham City game.
Yeah, like I said, I still like Gotham's Freeze. I think they did a great job in the show. I can't give that show enough praise. I know it's got
Those
problems, but
those first those first two Gotham's such a weird show. Those first two episodes of Mr. Freeze are really good
yeah,
on Gotham.
yeah, and they knew how to ratchet the tension as it went. They knew how to introduce people. And how did that thing just land? God, there's just so much flipping and sky soaring. Caleb said this takes him back to when he was 8 years old. The puninator is here. Nice, Caleb. Yeah, got
Wait, I thought
the.
Alicia Silverstone didn't have fat nipples.
She does not. She does not.
Did
She
she?
does not. No, she does not.
Because
Uh,
that was
yeah,
ironic that she did not
yeah,
have.
right. Right. Well, it makes sense. Let's see. We got Brian. He said that he got the Batman and Robin VHS for Christmas. Cassette tape recorder. Yeah, man. It came out in June, so that sounds right. For some reason, I feel like I remember getting it a little earlier. No, no, no. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. I'm misremembering now. Maybe.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Arnold was having heart problems at this time. I didn't know that.
Huh.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, Freeze on Batman. That's a terrible one, man.
Like you think about all the iconic "I'm Batman" moments, right? Like Keaton going, "I'm Batman," Bale going, "I'm Batman," and also nice coat, and then Clooney, "Hi, Freeze, I'm Batman." It's it's so bad.
Everything in this is Looney Tunes, is what this is. I mean, it is as much 66 live action as you can. Which, I mean, 66 was live action, but you know what I mean. Like, it's so cartoon. I think the ice gun is pretty dope. I got to be honest.
Oh yeah, yeah, no doubt.
And they have ice skates in their boots at all times, like just in case, because they were suited up before they knew they were going up against Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, that was. I mean, you could say that Batman prepares for everything. I mean, they had a freaking
Right.
shark repellent for
Bat spray.
in
Yep.
Batman 66.
Dude, I just watched Lego Batman, dude, and he's like, Robin is in the Batcave. He's like, "What's this?" He's like, "That is useless," and it's the shark spray. And at the end, he's like, he uses it against the shark. He's like, "It wasn't useless."
That's fun.
Yeah, that's on HBO Max, dude. It's so good. I forgot how good the Lego Batman movie was. It is. I mean, I knew it was great,
Oh,
but
yeah, it's great.
yeah. And then when they come in, their signals or whatever, their symbols are in the wall. Like, what is happening?
Yeah. Oh, somebody did mention the Gotham Pilot. I love Gotham Pilot. I watched it twice when it came, maybe three times. I thought they got everything so right, and then the show sort of derailed, and for some reason I kept watching it. I mean, it had some
Yeah,
highlights, but that first pilot I thought was really good.
yeah. I mean, really though, if you look at it, could be one of the best Jokers. I'm not trying to take anything away from any of the Jokers. Just that dude. I can't remember his name, and I feel bad about that. But the guy in Gotham who plays the Joker, is just phenomenal. He plays three different versions of the Joker. It's amazing.
No, he's good actually. No, I mean I liked him.
Like he just got backhanded by Freeze and knocked out, and then Freeze just brought this rocket with him. Like that was his escape plan.
Yeah.
There's so much anti-gravity jumping and gliding. It's just like, whoa.
Like where the heck does this come from? Like this is bananas.
Yeah, it's
The
yeah. I mean,
spaceship coming out.
he was gonna steal the diamond, exit out, and then he was gonna kill everybody, including his own dudes beneath. Like, what? The thing that sucks about this too is like they do a fairly good job of adapting from Mr. Freeze in the Batman animated series about his wife and stuff like that. Then he enjoys being a villain a little too much, like well, a lot too much for just a sad character that's just trying to do it for his wife. Totally missed the mark.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I feel like as fans we focus too much on the physical comic book accuracy because this is a pretty good visual interpretation of Mr. Freeze, but you have to get that character stuff right. Like the character
Right.
stuff is what matters.
Caleb was saying that. Remember how good '89 Batman was? Here's a film that's nothing like it. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine? Like, this is less than 10 years from '89 Batman. This is 8 years later, and look at the fall from grace. Like, oh my lord. Yeah, Coolio was supposed to be. Well, who? I was bumming it came out and announced the sequel was
Like
canceled. Joe
Julio?
Schumacher.
Like
God
wasn't Julio
dang
in Batman
it.
Forever?
He was, but no, I thought that Jeff Goldblum was supposed to be Scarecrow in Batman Triumphant in the sequel to this movie, and they were going to have Harley Quinn avenging the death of the Joker, and they were going to have the Scarecrow's gas make
No.
Batman hallucinate the Joker, and Jack Nicholson was going to reprise his role as the Joker for the nightmare scenes. I mean, all in on paper.
The thing
So I mean, there
is,
were some good ideas for a sequel.
yeah. And weren't they looking? This might have been completely rumor. Weren't they looking for Madonna to play Harley?
I think that sounds right. I think that sounds right. Yeah. Hey, you want to see a good Batman movie? Well, not today. Nope. But I'm having fun, dude. Just ripping this thing off. Like, I mean, ripping this thing apart. It's so good. They are surfing on doors. That's how it works.
Yeah, it makes no sense. There's
No.
no. Oh my God, she said cowabunga.
Yep. The CGI is
Yeah,
not
there's
holding up
no
at
like.
all.
It's not. Holy crap! What's that called when you can't watch flashing things?
Oh,
It's so
oh, I know what
flashy.
you're saying. Yeah, words are hard today, man. I know what you're saying though. Epilepsy? Is
Yeah.
that right? Am I making up
That's what
something?
I was gonna guess, but I was only 80% sure on it.
Sometimes you just got to go with it. Make some. Yeah, Michelangelo, is that you? That's exactly. Yeah, yeah. Harley Quinn animation show. Epilepsy. What did I say? Isn't that what I said? See, I already forgot.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was yeah.
But yeah, and
Yeah,
then
Harley Quinn
yeah,
show's
Mr.
great.
Freeze just slows himself down with the ice cannon.
I mean, there's
God, it's
something
so
to
bad.
say that the visualness of this movie is ripped out of some comic. I don't know what comic, but it's ripped out of some type of comic book.
Yeah. See, this is why I said, like, if you really want to watch this movie as it should be, or the best way to watch it, you turn the color all the way down to black and white, and you mute it and make up your own dialogue. Like, think if you just heard the music in the background and you just made up your own dialogue, or like you voiced over it, that would be hilarious. If I actually had more time,
Yeah.
that would be fun to just recut this and make it your own movie.
Oh yeah, he heated up he put him in random water and heated up the water.
Yeah. I don't know
Kind of
what that
forgot
was.
about
Yeah, it's
that.
just a yeah, the best actor in this movie
But
probably is Arnold, to be fair.
I mean, it's like saying who's the smartest kid in summer school. Like it's not saying much, but
Yep. Pretty much nailed it. Now,
but
here's
no, I
probably
would love a
the
Mr. Freeze.
yeah,
I was just say just to Caleb's comment on Mr. Freeze. There's been so many actors that people have like, oh, this would be a good Mr. Freeze. Edward Norton would be a good Mr. Freeze. I forgot his name. The guy from the black guy. Well, I don't know if he's actually black. Now,
Breaking Bad.
from Breaking Bad. Yeah, he would be a good Mr. Freeze. The way the one way I think I would do it is in the next movie, introduce the Court of Owls. The Court of Owls has this thing where they keep their old assassins frozen to so they can go back and just pick them. Like they have assassins all throughout time that they've been alive, and so you can have Mr. Freeze there as if he like helped them produce that cryogenic stuff, or maybe he's trying to hunt them down so he can get that material or technology to do the cryogenics for his wife. That's the only way. That's one of the ways I think you can put Mr. Freeze into it. Maybe by the end of it, um, in my head, Batman would be trying to save Mr. Freeze from going down the wrong path and help him save his wife. But
Right. Right. Well, and you could kind of slow Batman down a little bit because Batman doesn't want to hurt him. Like maybe he sympathizes. You know what I mean? Uh, yeah. I mean, like I said, watch Gotham. They do a somewhat realistic approach to it. Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. What we got
yeah,
here?
it's good.
Yeah. Here comes
You
the
have to like
worst
pick and
part of
choose
this
what
movie
episodes of
is
Gotham to
Bane.
watch. Yeah, and that's the thing I keep talking about. Like physically, visually, when he's all baned out, he's more comics accurate than the Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. But Dark Knight Rises Bane carries this weight about him that's like, I'm gonna break the bat. Like you feel that, and especially in that fight, in his dialogue, you feel his character is Bane, even though he doesn't look like a direct, you know, pages to screen Bane.
Yeah, if they just didn't make him a big old dummy, like, by the way, once again I forgot. I did look up this, but I did look up his name. But rest in peace to the wrestler that played Bane. He unfortunately passed away a couple months after the movie released. I
What's
remember
this
seeing
actor's
Batman
name
and Robin
again?
twice in
Not
theaters.
why can't I think of his name? John Glover. So
Yep,
John Glover,
that
who's
sounds
this guy
right.
right here, he voices one. He's Lionel Luthor on Smallville, and also he voices the Riddler in the animated series.
Oh, I didn't know that. I can hear it
Oh,
now though.
also he's in Also he's in Shazam. So he has like a weird, wide range of DC projects he's been involved in.
Huh.
He was great in Smallville. Loved him in Smallville.
Yeah, we got Brian. He's saying that seen Batman and Robin twice in theaters. Wow, I saw it once. I was excited for the VHS though. First time opening day. Heck yeah, man. And then yeah, the Uncle with the Bane. Oh man, it was brutal. And then yeah, he just basically does nothing. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, Ben Kingsley would have been good. Yeah, Jabari. Yeah, Billy Zane. I love Billy Zane. I could definitely see that. Oh no, Jada Pinkett. Oh no, we're picking Schwarzenegger. Oh no. Yeah, that's the bad thing. You took a joke that would have died after like 2 months, and you escalated it to history. Yeah. Oh, something I do want to say about Jada Pinkett
No,
Smith, like, dude, when she's in like the third or fourth season of A Different World. I
Gotham.
really like her character and her addition to it. It's like right
Oh,
when it was like kind of starting to get stale, she came in and really spiced it up.
yeah. Jada Pinkett Smith, and my favorite performance of hers is probably in Set It Off. Set It Off is such a good movie.
I haven't seen it. I'll check that out.
Have you seen? So it's like four women robbing banks. Got Queen
Oh,
Latifah in it.
I saw the
Uh,
trailer. I never got a chance to see the movie.
Vivica A. Fox.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah, it's
while
good.
back. I want to see that.
Oh, yeah. She's also in Gotham. She plays
Yeah. Oh, she's awesome in Gotham.
Fish Mooney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks. They
Will
could have
Smith gonna
had
break in
John
my house.
Glover playing.
I don't really have a
Ooh, the
problem with
animated
this
series
Poison Ivy, but
Batcave. So I love that toy. I had so many toys from this movie. Like, and I remember when I got the toys, I got them earlier than Christmas because I just asked my mom. I knew they were in the trunk of the car. It's like, can I just go get them? She's like, all right, fine. And then it was like 2 week early Christmas. Had a Batmobile. It was so good. I mean, I would have been 10. And then I
we
saw the movie and I was like, I think I'm done with action figures.
we didn't really get. I say we like me. My brother never really got any toys because he just was never into it. It was just sports and trading cards and stuff like that. But I had like all the main characters except for Bane, and I other than that, like forever, I had a lot more toys. Batman Returns had a lot more, but this movie, I was like, I think I'm good. Like I just didn't need. I always just was like, well, I'll use my '92 Batmobile already, or something else like that. And the Batcave, I have the '89 Batcave. They used the like they love to do. They reused it for animated series, and I think for
Yeah,
this
they
one
did
as well. So
reuse
I'm
it.
pretty sure they're all the same.
Yeah, no, they are. Well, actually, I'm not sure. I know Batman Forever had one because that's when I got the Batcave. You know, that just folds. It's like
Mhm.
three different.
Yeah,
Oh, now I need to look it up on eBay. I might have to buy one.
I got mine for like $30, and it's actually in pretty decent condition.
Hmm.
Dude, this is probably like the only really compelling part of this is like the disagreements between Robin and Batman, and then the fact that Alfred's dying. Like this movie has some things to it, but it just can't capitalize on it with its tone, and it's just all over the place. It can't do it. Thank God they didn't recast Alfred.
I'll tell you what, Alfred. We've never had a bad Alfred ever.
It's true. That's true. Let's see. Master Dick.
I don't care about the time. He'll always be Dick.
Yep.
Like if they introduce him in the new movies, I don't want him to call him Richard. He's Dick Grayson. Like just go with it. Don't question it. Just go with it.
Right. Hey, Chris, have you seen The Toy with Richard Pryor?
No.
Oh my God, it's got Jackie Gleason in it. Oh my God, it did not age well. Like this is from a time where they said things they shouldn't have and they did things they shouldn't have. But there's this rich dude and he's got a snot-nosed little kid, and the dad gets him into the toy store early or late at night when nobody's around so he can get whatever he wants. And Richard Pryor's in there, he's cleaning up and he's playing with these toys, and the kid's like, I want that over there. And they're like, okay, buy him one of those. It's called Wonder Wheel. Like he's being like a little hamster wheel and he's being goofy. And he's like, okay, but package that up. We're going to take him with us. He's like, no, I want the man. And his butler's like, no, he wants the black man. He's like, oh, no, you can't do that. And he goes, later on, Richard Pryor, the last name of the kid is Bates. And so the butler comes up and he says, Master Bates, and Richard Pryor loses it. And it's a good movie, man. Like I said, it didn't age well, but it's still funny.
Yeah. All right, I gotta say though, Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy is pretty great casting.
It is. I like her in Kill Bill. I like her in this, and I like her in Pulp Fiction. But she's not high on my list for actresses. I don't know why.
I mean, the way she came out of the ground, I think was pretty effective.
Yeah.
But oh, Kill Bill was great. Love Kill Bill. Even though I think Kill Bill 2 at the end, because they completely messed up the whole Superman Batman. Well, he doesn't mention Batman, but he messes up the Superman analogy, and I hate that.
Really? Guess I don't remember it being messed up.
Well, because he talks about how like Clark, he pretty much says that Clark Kent is the mask, and Superman is the real one. Like he says that Superman is the real person, and to me that's wrong. Superman's not necessarily the real person. Clark Kent, that boy from Kansas, that's really him. Like that humble boy. Like sure he does like slouch over sometimes and wears glasses to fool people, but he is Clark Kent. And it's the opposite of Batman. Batman is not Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is the mask. Batman is him.
Yeah, but I don't know if, like, in the originals, especially with Christopher Reeves, which obviously at that time he was talking about, you know, him as Superman, he's still very, like, you know, when the subway crashes and he's like, you know, I hope everybody doesn't have, you know, is safe, and, you know, this is still the safest mode of transportation. Like, he's being a real Boy Scout. I think as Superman, he is truly who he's still that sweet kid from Kansas. He just can fly and be a beacon of light. I think there's some truths to both.
I think he's a little bit of both, but to me it disregarded Clark Kent way too much. Oh, speaking of Vivica A. Fox and Kill Bill, yep. They are both in this movie. That's interesting.
Yep. She's so random. Like, how is she not dying in that outfit? Like, those dudes over there are freezing.
It's counterintuitive.
Yeah.
I forgot what I watched recently, but it was like, are you about to say this? If he needs to stay cold, why is he wearing warm clothing?
Right. No, that's funny. No, I know, yeah, but I don't know, yeah, because it's got the polar bears on it. I don't know, man, but why did they give them still frozen dinners? Like, what were they doing with that trying to sing? I don't understand. Like, it's so funny. The other day, my son was asking what we're going to eat for dinner, and And my wife said, frozen pizzas. And he goes, I don't want to eat frozen pizza. And she's like, no, no, kid, we're going to warm it up.
That's funny. How old is your oldest son?
4. God, and he's a handful. He's killing me. It's the reason I'm balding. See, Brian says Uma Thurman played Lois Lane in movie 43. I never watched it. I heard it was so bad. It's one of those I just let go on by. Yeah, the back card, never leave the cave without it. God, that was terrible. And then the expiration date says forever. God. Like the music here, that operatic stuff,
so
it's
far
working.
There's been nothing. The music's not bad. There was something about the score earlier that I thought was actually really good.
Yeah.
I mean, the music is very, gothic. It's funny because Hans Zimmer and James Newton Howard, when it came to the Dark Knight trilogy, they weren't really gothic with their music, and I feel like the Batman went a little bit more to that gothic kind of sentiment. Hans Zimmer was just more like bombastic type of orchestra.
Mm-hmm. I gotta say that this room right here does remind me of '89 Batman when he walks in and he asks Alfred for a glass of water after he gets shot by one of the Joker's henchmen in the shoulder while he's outside. I don't know. I think that I don't know if it could be the same house for all I know, but. Apparently, Alicia Silverstone was in a recent Shark movie that apparently is pretty trash. Like, she's, I guess, being nominated for a Razzie.
Uh,
I kind of hate it when actors that I liked as a kid end up on a TV show for like 20 years and that's all they do. Like, good for them. I'm glad you got a paycheck that keeps coming in. But if I'm not into your show, I'm not watching what you're doing for your life. It kind of makes me sad as a fan. Like, I like Chris O'Donnell. It kind of bums me out.
yeah.
Speaking of Chris O'Donnell and, like I said earlier, the Three Musketeers, I gotta say that The Man in the Iron Mask does not get enough love for how epic that movie is with Jeremy Irons and Leonardo DiCaprio and oh no, what's his name? John Malkovich, dude, so good. That movie's so good. Diamond Raw just felt like, I missed you. Yeah, Diamond Auction and Rehash of the Circus. Yeah. The Diamond Auction, like the circus. Yeah, I could see that. Yep. Just seemed like a waste of time. Like, you need a lot of money. You have these massive diamonds. Like, I know it's probably hard to sell a massive diamond when everybody's looking for it, but somebody out there with some money who's a bad dude's going to buy that. Like when you brought up, Chris, that you don't watch a whole lot of older movies, which I'm coming back to that. You need to watch The Toy because it's awesome and I love Richard Pryor. But Michael Gough, it's one of those things like you're saying, like not watching older movies. I bet he had some good movies. Like I don't know when he started acting, but it kind of makes me want to go back and just watch him because I feel like had he been 20 years younger, like once he got his face out and like what I mean, in my generation, maybe he would have had more steam. I don't know. Maybe he was awesome 20 years before when I wasn't watching, like you were saying, older movies. But I feel it's almost like Sean Connery. I wish Sean Connery had like 10, 20 more years.
Yeah. And Michael Gough's great. Like, there's something more there. He could, Michael Gough could do any of the Batmans we've gotten. I mean, any of the Alfreds we've gotten since then. Like,
Yeah.
he seems that capable of an actor. Like, I could place him right into Michael Caine or right into Andy Serkis.
Yeah. He just has that lovable uncle grandpa, like, and he's that, classy, and he's sweet. Like, he's just such a good Alfred.
Yeah.
I like the motorcycle helmets that she's got an angel, and then, uh, Robin's got a Robin. A little on the nose, but cool.
Oh, I love that Robin had a Robin. So I watched Batman Forever the other day, and I will say the best line I think in that movie that's just not good. That it's not only a good line for Batman Forever, but I think it's just a good line in general. Is when he talks about how when he saved his brother, his dad said, "Yeah, I swooped in like a Robin." Like to me, that was such a good line, and it
Yeah.
made perfect sense for why he would take on the name of Robin.
With a little bit of adjusting to Batman Forever, like a little bit of changes on the villain, taking it a little bit more serious, and you could have had a movie to rival all Batman movies. It just got a little too silly.
Oh,
It felt all over the place. It was
yeah.
weird coming from Batman Returns.
Yeah, I completely agree. Have Tommy Lee Jones play it a little more serious, not be so wacky, trying to one up Jim Carrey, and have Jim Carrey take it down just a little notch. I think would have been better. Oh, and seeing Bane in the trench coat driving is the dumbest thing. Like they
It hurts.
butchered Bane. Like I think they butchered Bane so bad. The Bane really wasn't relevant, I think, in the comic books until The Dark Knight Rises came out. Like since The Dark Knight Rises came out, Bane has like come back, have been like Batman's like number 3 biggest threat of any of the
Right.
villains. But before
Right. Yeah,
that,
I think
I think Batman and Robin did so much damage to Bane that he wasn't really that relevant.
right. Yeah, I think there's a better Bane out there. I'm not trying to take anything away from Tom Hardy. It's a simple thing of size. Like I don't want to see eye to eye with my Batman. It drives me crazy. Like it's a simple thing of like, what's the guy's name from the Dark Knight? Zeus or whatever. He's got a real name. Tiny. He just passed away last year. Rest in peace, Debo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he in the Dark
Well,
Knight. If he would have
one,
been Bane, he would have been sweet.
I mean, as I try to go for actors with chops more, and nothing against him, but Tom Hardy, while he did not have the same physical presence and vastness of Bane, he had that control. Like when he puts the hand on that guy, and it's like, "Do you feel in charge?" Like it's like
Mm-hmm.
the guy turns around and like, his dialogue is so good when he's talking to
I love it.
Batman in the jail, but like, one of is done. Gotham is ashes. And then just the way he rests and like you're waiting on him to talk, and he's like, "Then you have my permission to die." And then,
Yeah,
he
because
just gets up and puts his hand on.
oh, dude, because he's looking away, and then he comes back, and Batman looks him dead in the eye. Then you have my permission to die, and it's so good. And then when he puts his hand on him, he's like, "I paid you a small fortune, and this gives you power over me."
Yeah.
It's like you are pure evil.
Exactly.
So good.
Yeah. I mean, I get some people's complaints on it. Towards the end, I don't think he was a lackey for Talia. I think they were working hand in hand. But I get some people's complaints. But to me, he was still that thing that Batman had to overcome in that movie.
Yeah.
One actor who
But
wants to
dude,
play Bane in the future movie, who I think would be good, is Dave Bautista. He wants to play him.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Could
Can you
you
imagine
imagine
though,
Dave
man?
Bautista's Bane going up against Robert Pattinson's Batman?
Better hurry up because he's getting older. Like I mean, I just don't know how long you can keep that muscle mass. He's got to be in his mid-40s.
It's fine.
I was telling Caleb last week. You probably heard this, so it's probably a repeat because I saw you made a comment earlier on our last one. Well, maybe I haven't uploaded it. Anyway, I was saying how cool would it have been had they put in the Phantom from Mask of the Phantasm if they would have put in the Phantasm in the Dark Knight instead of Bane, and used and inserted Talia in there as the Phantasm.
I am just waiting for them to adapt Mask the Phantasm, like, and I think it will be better if they waited to like maybe movie. So we'll probably have a new set of Batman movies with Robert Pattinson. I think like movie number 4 will be a good time to introduce Andrea Beaumont. Like, she's an old fling of Bruce's, like, and that's a really good mystery. Like, the story, the essence of the story is too similar to the Riddler, right? Because she'll be like killing off all these mobsters and stuff who had her father killed. Also, you could tie her into the Joker. So I think because we had too much of that, kind of that revenge story, it had to be like movie 3 or 4, not to just copy the Riddler story they just had. But
I love how he probably just killed his henchman there.
I would love, yeah. And there's a little bit of a good moment there. A little bit goes a long way. Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger just had a good little moment. You know what? This isn't bad acting here.
Right. Well, he got paid. He got paid $25 million. Like, he should act well. Like, uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, God, I say a lot about comic book Gotham, but God, did they go too far.
One thing is like, they stuck with the Batman Forever Gotham. To me, that's not comic book Gotham. That's just weird, very, very... At most, it's Batman Beyond Gotham, but it's weird. All those neon lights and stuff. It's not.
Yeah, that gang
day.
You're talking about with the neon lights. Yeah, dude, that fit perfectly in Batman Beyond. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Batsuit really isn't that bad. It's kind of a blue. It works.
Yeah. So I was just watching Batman 66, and I actually love the blueness of that cape. Like, it's a nice silky dark blue, and this is somewhat similar to it. Like, I don't hate this Batsuit, and the cowl is okay, sort of.
I don't like that the ears come out a little bit. They do this where everybody else has been straight.
Yeah.
His kind of go out a little bit.
Yeah.
I really do like the Batman suit, or the Robin suit. I gotta say, I like the Forever suit better, but...
Oh, Forever suit. I like the Forever suit. I don't care. I like the Forever Robin suit. I think it's good. Well, this whole auction is weird, that Batman and Robin is at a public auction. Like, it's so Batman 66, but to me, Batman 66 knew that they were playing at the comedy aspect of it, and here they're not playing at the comedy necessarily.
I don't know. Like, I
this
think
is so weird. Why dressed as a gorilla?
The Arnold's really pushing the comedy in this movie, and then the sexual undertones from Poison Ivy, like overtones and undertones, because she's like, "Come join me, my garden needs tending." Like, whoa. There's a lot of weird stuff in this movie. Not like Batman Returns, but
you know, it's funny because as a kid, you don't those things go over your head.
Yeah.
The thing is, in Batman the Animated Series, there are like sexual innuendos that go over your head. Like when Harley, when the Joker is trying to plan out a scheme to kill Batman, and she's like, "Oh, come on, Puddin', don't you want to rev your Harley?" Vroom. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah.
I'm in my basement. She looks good. She's a good looking Poison Ivy. Like, it's a good adaptation.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. I think this too. This is kind of cool. It kind of has like a, I don't know, like a Roman thing feel to it. I'm watching Spartacus, the series right now. So like these big, huge, jacked up
Yeah.
dudes. It's making me think of that. But Spartacus is probably my top 5 series of all time. I every time I watch it, I fall back in love with it so much. It's so good.
I haven't finished watching it for some reason.
So good.
So I watched this. I listened to this other podcast called Batman, Holy Backass, and I sent them a question of just like, if you could do what Spider-Man Spider-Man No Way Home did, of like bringing back 5 villains from past incarnations and give them like kind of a retry and reboot, like who would they be? Like, I think Poison Ivy. I think in what version of them? I think Uma Thurman's Poison Ivy. I would love to bring back and give her another chance at the character because I think she's greatly casted.
She is, but top 5 actors, like out of the 5 villains, you're gonna put Poison Ivy in there?
No. To like the purpose of it would be like you had to set up not your top 5, but 5 you want to bring back, give them a shot again. You know, because Jamie Foxx came back as Electro, did better, had better looks and everything. So like out of all the past Batman movies, and like in which grouping of them would work best, you know, you got to consider that. I think I would choose Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, Uma Thurman's Poison Ivy, Jack Nicholson's Joker. I forgot the rest. Probably Dark Knight Rises Bane, but like give him more Venom. Actually, give him Venom and have him breathe in the Venom through his thing. And it was something else. I forgot what it was, but
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity as well. I mean, I get it. The morphine, that makes sense. But steroids, that kind of stuff, that makes sense too. Everyone, chill.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it hurts. It's so bad.
chill, kill. Yeah.
God. See, I like that he when he doesn't have the gun, he can still throw down a little bit. That was a complete miss kick. Wasn't even close. I don't remember in Batman Forever, but did they have the little hooks on the cape where it was like connecting to their thighs so it didn't go everywhere? In this movie, Batman and Robin have little connectors on the back of their legs.
No, I don't think so. No, it flowed. The
Yes.
capes, I think, flowed pretty well on those.
Yeah. I wonder if it was just to keep it out of their way because it just probably was just a nuisance. Once again, defying gravity like crazy. God dang, like Arnold's what he's doing, he's killing it, but God is he killing it. Like God, it's so bad. It's so bad it's good, but it's rough. Can you imagine if you did something like Spider-Man No Way Home and your cast involved Arnold, bringing Arnold back as Mr. Freeze? People would freak out.
Oh gosh, that's
Yeah.
that would be a mistake.
Yeah, Caleb, that's what I was saying, man. He defies gravity. He just like flies. He's just like, yeah, this vine right here, it's a bungee cord.
Yeah, I was like, why did he need the vine?
Right. It did nothing. That dude got knocked out, but he's still holding it in front of him. God, this is such a cartoon.
That scene is bad. Like the directing is bad in that.
God. God.
Like, what was the point of a goofy laugh?
I don't know. He's having a lot of fun being a bad guy for a guy that's just trying to save his wife.
So John, how old were you when this movie came out?
I was 10.
Like, we're the same age. For some reason, I thought you were older than me, slightly. Hey, I might have been 9.
It's the balding and the the wisdom beyond my years feel.
No, even when we were in college, I thought you were older than me for some reason. Not, but like slightly older, not like a lot older. When you had a full head of hair.
I missed you when you had your fro, dude. I'm still sad I never got to see that in person.
Yeah, I miss every day, John. I miss that. It has been 20. No, it's been like 15. How long has me and my wife been together? Since 2006. Yeah, so I cut it in 2006. So yeah, I miss it every day. Oh, this is the worst chase scene. You know, I like that shot. That one little shot of the Batmobile and the Robin cycle. Not that one, but going down the street.
Oh, okay, yeah,
this chase seems terrible.
Like, where did they think they're going? Like, there's no road for like 3 football fields, but they're just gonna go for it.
This is they were completely selling toys because this is what a kid would think of. Like, oh, right. I weirdly see the invisible hand of a little kid controlling the Batmobile.
Yeah, your Hot Wheels car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like his man, it's just. Well, so you can defy gravity with a surfboard door, and you're gonna be okay. But oh no, he can't make a jump with a motorcycle because that'll kill him.
Yeah.
God, like some of them, like it's a cold town. Like really, that's terrible, terrible. This
Did you ever watch The Flash?
Which one?
The Flash movie. No, I'm sorry, not movie. CW show.
I watched to the 4th season and gave up because it's a repeat of nothing but speedsters. Okay.
Yeah. That's all you need to watch. But Captain Cold in that, I love. And he does ice puns, but for some reason, it works for him.
He's got a nice menacing tone, though. Like, his voice is creepy. He was one of the big reasons I watched Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Would have been kind of cool to get like a training scene between Robin. Oh.
No, I'll just say Caleb talked about the first 3 seasons of Flash. I do agree. Season 1, I think, is one of the best seasons of any comic book TV show. Like those scenes of him in the prison with his dad, like they're heart wrenching. And then the mystery of who is the Reverse Flash, and then it turns out it's Harrison Wells, and you're like, holy crap, that was really good.
Well, then after season like 2 or 3, it just became rinse and repeat. The Taco Bell commercials, to win a real Batmobile, I remember those too, man. Batman commercials were everything as a kid. Like, oh my god.
Oh, apparently they, I think there's a big controversy with that Taco Bell commercial thing, that they ended up not able to give him a real Batmobile. Like, there's some controversy behind it.
Ooh. Yeah, that would be brutal. See, okay, here's my thing, and it's weird because like Joel Schumacher he did The Lost Boys and a lot of good movies, right? So he's directed Kids, he fired Corey Feldman and rehired him the same day. Like, so he's directed people of all different everything, right? If an actor is known for pretty good performances, I cannot blame the actor in that movie. Either whoever cast them, it's their fault, or when you shot the scene, you should have been like, let's try that again. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I just, and for the movie he's in, I just can't blame George Clooney too much.
Yeah, it reminds me of so in college I was on all A's list all the time, and pretty much had all A's, and then I had one teacher for uh, do you know her? She was the only Asian lady teacher in the College of Business. You
Hmm.
ever had a class with her?
She's tough.
So she was so boring. I would fall asleep in her class. I ended up getting a C in her class, and she was my
Oh,
advisor. I was like, you should see that, like, I get mostly all A's and I got a C in your class. Like, why do you think that is? But
yeah. I only had I had one withdrawal, and I can't remember who I had it with. I can't remember. I think I want to say it was economics something or other, and the dude was so boring. I took the first test and bombed so hard. I was like, and everybody was like, "Yeah, you're either you like how he's laid back and just does this, or you bomb." And I was like, "I'm out of here. I'm not dealing this." Yeah.
yes, Caleb, nice to meet you. We all need to get on at some point. Sorry you couldn't be here longer or be here together.
Well, good. At least since he's needed. At least it's not a full. That's good that he's able to get away because that would suck if that would suck. But yeah, Caleb, thanks for taking the hit on this one, man. That's my fault. Like I said last time I looked, I swear it said 4, so that's my bad. I just like the interactions, like with Brian, Jabari, Paul when they come in here. It's a lot of fun. Jabari though, he tries to push my buttons. He gets my blood pressure up. No, we're not talking about Ultron tonight.
Yeah,
Chris has
on
backed me
my show,
up. We're gonna leave it there.
we never do. We did a few live shows, but we don't do a lot of live shows because oftentimes we record like 2 episodes in a night, so we can just have something on every week. In fact, I think we have to record tomorrow. But we usually record 2 episodes at a time, and so we usually kind of delay and never do them live.
I just like doing live because this is what I want to do. Like I want to talk to people. I want to connect. I want to
Yeah.
BS. Talk around ideas. So I
Oh yeah.
like I try to respond to everything on YouTube, but I have a lot more fun just going live and doing it. And I trust
Oh no.
Caleb not to say
I
anything
would love it.
stupid. So
Oh, we don't do any editing. We just go. We just even if
yeah.
I end up saying something stupid, we don't care. We'll keep them. Also, we don't tend to say anything all that stupid.
Right. Caleb and I got deep one time, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't know if we should get deep like that." But and then I slipped up and said something that wasn't really offensive. It's just like So sometimes going live, I always try to be aware of what I'm saying and all the things and but I mean I try to be a generally just good person. So I'm always trying to think of how to say it correctly, be the person I want to see in the world, things like that. So usually it's not a problem, but
Yeah.
I grew up in the 90s, it's a good thing we're expanding our knowledge. And it's something that's interesting going back to the slap where it's talking about how comedy's not funny anymore because we know better. You know what I mean? It's not okay. It's not funny to pick on people. It's not,
Yeah.
it's all this. I completely agree with that. It does suck that comedy suffers, but I do think it is a good thing that we recognize people's respect and recognize people's differences and yada yada yada. But
Yeah. It's funny because going back to Batman, right? So like my favorite Batman movie, like I mentioned before, is Batman Begins. Like it changed the way I thought about justice, right? Like Rachel says, like justice is harmony. Revenge is about you making yourself feel better. So anytime there's like conflict or something that happens, I think about like how can we get justice from this? And so like with that whole slap situation, like something good can come of it is that like, hey, people start recognizing that people don't want to be made fun of and things like that. You start trying to. I started trying to think about how can we move in a more in a way of harmony, right? 'Cause to me, that's what true justice really is. It's not about just punishment. It's about making sure that these things don't happen again. But
right, well, and like I was saying, like, and it's funny because I was telling you about the Jared Leto thing. Like, I understand, like, in the the role he was in the Dallas Buyers Club, I can completely understand how that might offend somebody. I truly do. I just for the performance he had to give for what was on the page, I was like, I thought he did a good job. If that offends you, I completely understand and get that. But I also think it's funny how nobody ever blames the writer or the director or the casting agent. Like, there are other people that should be sensitive or more directly tied to the subject material, but nobody ever wants to say that. They just want to blame the person right in front. So it's something where I would like to have deeper conversations, but at the same time, when I'm wrong or I don't know something, I want to be able to ask somebody something without them getting upset when I'm actually trying to grow as a human being. Because there's a lot of things in life I've never had to deal with or go through, that if I can ask somebody questions or we can actually have a conversation. But the flip side of everything right now is everything is swinging so hard that everybody's so upset and wants to be right and angry. We can't have a conversation anymore. I'm not here to say I know everything. I don't. And that's why if we can talk, maybe I'll learn something. Maybe I'll be a better person. But it's hard, especially over Facebook, when everybody just
give people the
I responded
to grow.
Yeah. And I responded to this person that was saying all this stuff, and I said, look, I can't get into it with you over on Facebook, like typing. I don't have time to do the typing more. But I said, I respect your passion for wanting a better world. And they fired back. They're like, I feel like this is condescending. And I said, man, not at all. I respect your passion for a better world. That's all I want to say. And I've got to end it right here because I can't get into that. But anyway, going back to Batman.
Yeah. Who is this actress? She reminds
me. Her last name is McPherson, and I
can't think of her name.
Her last name is McPherson, and I only know that because I'm from McPherson, Kansas. Oh, the character, yeah, it's one of Bruce Wayne's first love interests in the comics, I think, in one of the comics.
It's funny how, like, I think out of all the Batmans and Bruce Waynes, I think George Clooney could have played the best Bruce Wayne, but this does not feel like Bruce Wayne to me at all. Out of any of them, it feels at least like Bruce Wayne.
He's rocking that turtleneck, though.
That's true. Something about black turtlenecks. Never understood it. I don't think he's wearing the blue jeans, though. That was a bold look.
Right. Like, Chris, I've dated a lot of gals, not like a lot, but I've dated enough gals that say somebody else's name ever. Not passion, not over a bowl of cereal. How do you ever, in front of your wife or girlfriend or whatever, say another girl's name that you can actually connect the dots to this girl you know? Like, that's terrible.
No, that's bad. The worst thing I ever did that's somewhat similar to that. So I met my wife in college. I was a freshman. She was a senior. Yeah, I was a player. Not really. Just coincidence, really. But but one time I was taking a nap in her dorm room, and then she woke me up. She gave me a kiss, and I woke up, and I looked up at her, and I was half asleep. I go like, "How old are you?"
Oh no! Oh no!
Like I was just half asleep, but
I talk in my sleep, and I'm very mean to my wife in my sleep. Like, she thinks it's funny now, but like when we first started dating, well, whatever, how long, but yeah, she was like, dude, you say some mean things. I was like, I don't know why. And sometimes it's so funny, I'll actually wake up in the middle of a real nasty rant. Yeah, there was Coolio.
That's good. Yeah. Oh, well, I attack my wife in my sleep because I'm a very lucid dreamer. Like, last night, she was like, you grabbed me. I was like, oh, I did? I don't remember. Like, sometimes, like, my hands around her throat and stuff. Like, last night I was dreaming that a bird had broken into my house and I was fighting it, and I was punching. Like, I woke up punching the air. She happened to not even be in bed, but Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh God, that's funny. I
What's
wonder
the
if
point
that's
of
a
this
dude
bike
thing where we
racing?
just like suppress so much or something like that we got pent up aggression or something. We watch too many action movies or
Yeah,
something.
probably. I'm not understanding the bike racing thing.
It's
Like
weird.
the thing is, This movie's 2 hours long. It did not need to be 2 hours. Like when when you told me like the time of the movie, I was like, holy crap, this movie is 2 hours long.
Yeah,
Like in the
man.
'90s, movies weren't really this long. This is a really long movie for the '90s. I feel like,
Yeah,
especially
I don't
not a
know.
good movie. Like hour
Yeah, I don't know
40
what they were
minutes
thinking.
would be, and it's for kids. Why are you making kids sit in theater for 2 hours?
I don't know because it's. I mean, it's racing, it's rock and roll, more bright lights. It's kind of like the pod racing scene in episode one. Like,
No, I understand the reasoning for that, and that's good. Also, let me just say, every Star Wars movie to me is at least good, and only two of them are great. But
no,
I'm
episode
sure I might lose
The
people
Last
on
Jedi is
them.
100% trash. Every single part of that movie's trash. Trash.
I don't think I think half that movie is trash. I hate watching half of that movie, and it's the whole casino stuff. I can't watch it. Like it's bad. But I enjoy the stuff with Ray and and Luke. Like I think that stuff was really good stuff. Um,
And
but
dude, to,
it's
to be honest with
anyway.
you
My point
though,
is, there's good pod racing.
she is a and once again, I don't know if this is. I almost feel like this is not okay to say, but she's a Mary Sue. I hope that's okay to say. Like, there's weird things, dude, that I didn't know were no. Like, once you start exploring, yeah, I won't get into it, but she's a Mary Sue because she is just awesome at everything. She can fix everything. She can fight. She can fly. Which I'm not saying there's not male characters that do that. I'm just saying for a character who's just an instant BA with no backstory really whatsoever. Like, I just hate it. I hate the fight scene at the end. I hate that the guards almost kill him. I hate that whole movie. I hate that whole movie. Completely wasted Luke Skywalker. Trash.
Yeah, I was
Absolute
I was
trash.
fine with Skywalker. I hated what they did to Snoke. I hated what they did to Snoke in that movie. Like you built up this person and then you just kill him very easily. I was like, that's what
Yep.
is this? It's trash.
Right. Well, and then like I said, when I did my review on it, I called episode 9. I said Star Wars damage control because I was like, the first 10 minutes is all like,
That's
oh,
what it
look
was.
over here, we're fixing it. Yeah, Snoke, that was weak sauce. Yeah, Disney or Abrams had no plan for sequels. How do you have the biggest franchise of all time and you have no outline and you as a director set everything up and then you just walk away from it and then let another person come and take it, realize that they jacked it all up and come back in and try to fix it? Terrible. Absolutely garbage. J.J. Abrams is the most overrated director of all time. I said it. He has no his filmography is garbage. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He is all
I
set
was
up.
the first Star
He's all set up, no spike.
the first Star Trek. I love it. The first Star Trek is amazing. Love the first Star Trek.
But it
That's really
doesn't
the only J.J.
reinvent the
Abrams movie
wheel.
that I
It's just
really
a good
love.
movie.
To me, it's an amazing movie. I love the movie. I love how they tied it to the past. I loved the characters in it. Chris Pine is great. Zachary Quinto is great. Carl Urban is great. Zoe Saldana is great. They have such great chemistry. They hate each other. They like each other. They eventually together. It's so good.
Can you believe that Carl Urban was gonna? It could have been Batman and Batman, Batman versus Superman. I think Batman versus Superman. Pretty sure he was actually in the runnings for
I would
Batman.
have liked
No,
that.
thank you.
I would have liked that better because so I like Ben Affleck's casting as Batman. Well, I didn't like when it was announced. I hated when it was announced. But I think he's a good Batman. But I think Carl Urban would have been more available to continue playing Batman, and we wouldn't have rebooted it. We would have had plenty of Batman movies, plenty of Justice League movies. I love the Batman though, so I guess I can't complain too much. But I think part of the things that just held everything up was Ben Affleck not being fully available, and I'm glad that he's getting the help he needed. He had a lot
Right.
of problems off camera, but he seems to be doing great now, so that's good. Yeah, long as he's happy and healthy.
Right, dude. I like how they use the glass that he gets for water. He broke off like an icicle and sculpted it, and then used the clock to spin it around. I just love that. It's really cool usage of the things in the scene. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. Brian said pump for Obi-Wan. You know, I've been waiting to watch. Like my wife and I, we're huge Star Wars fans, but Star Wars has lost some of its. You know, it used to be special. It's not really special anymore. I mean, it's still good stuff, but it's kind of lost some of that greatness that you were waiting for. But yeah, we've been waiting to watch it together. That trailer, we just still haven't. Life has just been crazy. But the dog's name is Obi. That's a good name for a dog.
That is a
My
good
dog's
name.
name is Tiberius from James Tiberius Kirk. I wanted to name my son William Tiberius Fiedler, which his initials would have been WTF, and my wife vetoed it.
Yeah, that's veto worthy.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in the
Uh,
jail. They got the old Riddler stuff. That old Riddler costume and the
Two-Face
Two-Face
jacket.
costume, just to show. Yeah.
It is connected. Yeah. So
Watch
Brian
those
had a
movies.
chance to interview Abrams on the phone when I was in college for Super 8. Passed. Oh no, Super 8's a good movie. I will say that it is a good movie. It's been a long time since I've seen it though. But Steven Spielberg was also on that. So I mean, one of the best of all time in my opinion. Yeah, Star Wars used to be about anticipation, waiting for 3 years. Disney started pumping it out. Yeah, it became fast food. I mean, it really did.
That's true. I think I'm in a weird place with Star Wars. Like I said, I don't hate any of the movies. I actually like every single one, and I think really two of them are great. But I'm just not for some reason I'm not a Star Wars fan. I don't know why. Like I want to be one. I don't I'm just not one for some reason.
I love this. A laundry service that delivers. Like, really, really, who is writing this freaking dialogue? Yeah, that was a cool touch to have the previous villain costumes. Like, I think it would have been cool to have maybe a little something from Penguin, like maybe an umbrella, and then maybe do a little something for
Yeah.
Joker or something like that. Always winterize your pipes. Like, he just cannot stop saying stupid stuff. It kills me. Like, every once in a while would have been great, but every single line that comes out of his freaking mouth is terrible.
I mean,
I do enjoy it. It's just a
I almost
lot.
can't be mad at them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're dead.
I almost can't be mad at them because they saw what happened with Batman Returns, and then they did Batman Forever. At that point in time, Batman Forever made the most money out of a Batman movie. So they're like, "Hey, Joel Schumacher, go do whatever you want on this one," and he did
Well,
whatever he wanted to do.
the biggest problem too is that they literally, like, the toy companies got involved because there was so much money in it that everything had to be able
Yeah.
to be made into a toy, a fun toy. And it was rushed into production. Most Batman movies, like, get 89, 92, 92, 95. So they had 3 years in between. This had 2 years. So it was greenlit as soon as the money started rolling in from Forever. You had Schumacher having issues with Val Kilmer, which is why he didn't come back. There was a lot of things against this movie.
I do hope that the next Batman movie I hope they take 3 years apart, right? Because and I get why Nolan took time away between The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. There's a 4 year gap. He did Inception in between those, and also he probably just wanted some time with Heat's passing and stuff, just to recalibrate his feelings, emotions, and stories and stuff. But it's been since 2012 so we went almost 10 years in between like solo Batman movies. I hope we don't. I just want to get one like every 3 years. I think that's a good time frame.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's tough because
Melville looks terrible in that shot.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It looked really cartoony. Yeah, it's tough because it's like thinking about the Flash, man. Like the Flash got pushed back again. I just like God dang, it's gonna be forever before it comes out. It's not as bad as Morbius, but dang, like, and then again, now we've got Ezra Miller, and he's lashing out and being an idiot again, like, and they're gonna have to do damage control on that.
I think they need to just. I want him to get the help he needs because he really seems like he needs some help. Like he's been. Right. I feel like the signs have been there.
But it's all alcohol involved too. Like everything, he's had 3 issues, and they're all with alcohol. Like, stop drinking. If you can't handle like alcohol, I don't care. If you want to be an alcoholic, you can function, and you don't change your personality. That's between you, your family, and your God. Like, but if you're an alcoholic that's a jerk, if it changes your personality, then knock it off.
Yeah. All right. There is something weird, not weird, but just something so natural in me that I just love the silhouettes of Batman and Robin capes just as they walk.
Yeah. Well, like, this is kind of a heartfelt moment too, because like how she's in there, it feels very private, very intimate, very, like, I don't know, just like you're looking at this dude's heart, like, you know what I mean? Like maybe he's using the jokes as a way to kind of deal with. I'm digging deep for this, but maybe he's using the jokes as a way to deal with what he's got to do for his wife. But it looks good. Like, and they're talking about how like maybe someday she can be saved. But it's kind of a hopeless cause right now. Like, I don't know. There's some good stuff in here. They just didn't capitalize on anything.
There's a little bit of good stuff that they just kind of sneak in there, and they didn't try to do anything with it.
Yeah.
One thing I hate about this back cowl is that the eye line, like the cowl itself, comes down like way too much close to the cheek. I just hate it.
Well, and since it's blue, the black eyeliner really pops out, especially when you're watching it on Blu-ray, which I'm sure on 4K it's going to pop even more. God, I mean, this movie, just the dialogue, like whoever wrote the dialogue, you're fired to never be hired again. Like, God dang.
The interesting thing, it was I believe Akiva Goldsman, and he's actually a pretty good writer outside of this movie. So he also wrote like the first couple seasons of first seasons of Titans, which I actually thought was pretty good. Have you seen any of Titans?
I've been meaning to. I have not. I think I've got the first season, but I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's still going. Yeah. Something about it anatomically correct. Like, what? Who's this movie for?
And the way he's looking at her is weird. This is like the weirdest. It's just so weird. Clooney did not try to change his voice at all.
Right. Yeah, I mean, at least Val Kilmer, like he deepened his just a little bit, and he kind of put like a little suave tone to it. Yeah, he didn't do anything.
At least his cadence was slightly different. Here it's just the same for both.
Val Kilmer's Batman was more physical too. He was a lot more like athletic. Like, I don't know, it's probably more of the stunt guy, but like how they used him, like in the beginning when he throws the tasers and he's whipping around and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. Val Kilmer's underrated. It's sad because like if they would have had better opportunities, we'd be talking about Val Kilmer in a completely different way. We'd be talking about George Clooney in a completely different way. But God, rah, it's disappointing.
It's interesting. Bob Kane, who co-created Batman along with Bill Finger. It's funny because for the longest time, Bob Kane was the only credited person as a creator of Batman. But Bill Finger has honestly more credit for his creation, and he just now started getting credit in the past, I think, 4 or so years. But Bob Kane, I will give him some credit. He did help create Batman. He said that Val Kilmer was, at that point in time, that Val Kilmer was the best Batman out of the four of
Three.
Adam West, George Clooney, Keaton, and Kilmer.
Yeah, I wish he would have got one more movie. Not this movie, but one more movie. I would have loved to have seen a Chris O'Donnell Nightwing too by himself. Like if they kind of recorrected the tone.
I don't. The thing is, he doesn't. To me, he's not Dick Grayson. Like, he actually looks like a pretty good Jason Todd. Like,
Yeah.
he might make a good second Robin. But Dick Grayson to me is like, he's more of that aspirational. He's the better version of Batman than Batman, right? He's like the Batman who is emotionally stable, who asks his friends for help, who doesn't shove people away, who knows he has a lot to learn. So this Robin feels more like Jason Todd than anything.
Yeah. Let's see. I do like Batman and Robin. See previous villains. Oh, sorry. I thought that was a new one. My fault. She just straight up, like, in her mind, marks this lady. She's just like, man, I got no time for your nonsense. And the weird circle things in her head, I don't know that design. That was a weird choice. I don't know what they call those. Wasp nest? Is that what they call those for women? I don't know. If that's something that I'm not, like, I don't know. Hopefully that's, I would hope that's okay. I don't know. It sounds bad. Now, sometimes I say words I don't know the full thing. I'm like, ooh, maybe don't say that. You're an idiot.
I'm just wondering, like, how many costume changes does she have?
Right. Yeah, Freeze gets a robe and his suit. That's it. In the jail suit thing.
Yeah.
She's even got the sunglasses. Like she's like ready for Hollywood. Speaking of which, like I know it's recent and it's not bad, but like Jada's outfit, that'd be a cool Poison Ivy outfit. I liked her dress. I'm
Okay, so no, it was great. But it was Jessica Chastain. If you look her up and what she was wearing, she looks like she could just play a great Poison Ivy. You know who Jessica Chastain is, right? From Zero Dark 30. She has red hair. She was in okay.
Yeah,
I'll
have to look that up. I bet I've seen it. I just don't remember it.
She wore something green. It was just the green with the red hair. Like, yeah, she would be a great Poison Ivy. And I still don't understand this plan. Like, she's supposed to be into plants. Why does she even go with the plan to freeze the whole world? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I think I think she doesn't want to freeze the whole world, but like some of it, and the rest, like kill the rest of the dudes, and she can have more greenness. Yeah, I don't know. It's a dumb plan. It's actually a leftover plan. It was a scrapped final act from Batman Returns. Uh-oh, my headset just gave out. Now I'm actually watching the movie as I prefer. They're so over the top. Autumn and Evil.
Oh my gosh! Like There's so many eye-rolling moments in this.
But here, like once again, the house looks good. That shot right there totally reminded me of Batman Forever.
Oh, yeah.
The shift in tone from like Gotham to the Wayne Manor, like it's a lot.
And that is an interesting shift. Like, I don't know, maybe it works to show the difference in the the inner Gotham, the dangers of it, and the more aspirational Wayne Manor. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
trying
maybe
to make
the old
something.
old school wealthy, and maybe like yeah, the villains have kind of taken over Gotham with the neon lights and the graffiti and stuff like that. I can kind of see that, but it's I don't know. God dang. I don't think he's talking about taking her down. I think he's talking about other things. It's probably not a good thing to say. Is I want her so bad I can taste it. Like really, once again, in your kids' movie, what are you doing?
It's such a weird dynamic that they're fighting over a woman.
Right. Well, it's kind of strange too that you used the love dust in this movie, and then you were going to go to the Scarecrow in the next one and have something very like not the same thing, but you know, a similar preference is messing with their minds.
Yeah. It reminds me of Alan Rickman right here in Harry Potter at the end there for some reason.
Yeah,
Great
dude, I'm
scene in Harry
sorry.
Potter. Oh
This
man.
this will piss people off, but I think Snape went out like a punk. I'm sorry. Like, he just takes it. It's so frustrating. He's supposed to be an amazing wizard, and he just takes it. I know Voldemort, yada yada. One little
That's what
two
he's
second
supposed to
fight
do.
scene.
That was the plan.
He didn't have to die though, right? Like you could have got his memories another way. Like he didn't need to just straight up die. Like Harry needed to die, but Snape didn't need to.
Well, it was a little complicated. Um, well, he had to die because Voldemort thought that he had to kill him in order to get the Elder Wand.
No, and I get that, but the fact that he's like, he knew he was getting ready to get, you know, he was getting ready to get killed, and he does nothing. He takes it. Like he didn't need to sacrifice himself, and it felt like he just laid down. I know, in a little bit in his, he's kind of a weasel to a degree. He's kind of a coward. I get that, but there's moments in the movie where he's a BA, and then it just kind of glosses over it. I don't know. I get it. I get it. It's just you got Ron Weasley's mom being a BA, and then you got Snape just laying
Oh
down
yeah.
taking it. I don't know.
So here's a hot take, possibly. I'm a firm believer that all the Harry Potter movies are better than all the Star Wars movies. Yeah.
That's tough, man. I mean, I can see the argument. I don't know if I'd agree to it, but I can see the argument. I think that Lord of the Rings, the first three movies are better than anything in Star Wars and anything in Lord of the Rings.
I
Well,
mean,
or in is Harry Potter. I don't know. The original trilogy of Star Wars is amazing. So I don't know. That is tough to say. But sometimes when I'm watching Lord of the Rings, I'm like, dang, this is amazing.
I think the original trilogy of Star Wars, I think the first movie is highly overrated. I think it's full of exposition and not great acting. And then Empire Strikes Back is like amazing. Everything is up a notch in that one. And then Return of the Jedi is like half the story is great with Luke and Darth Vader. That's amazing stuff. And the other half is like Ewoks.
Yeah.
Like taking down stormtroopers with just the magic of friendship, pretty much,
Right.
and hard work. And like,
they're basically Care Bears, yeah, that are just like, like yeah.
yeah.
Uh, God, this is bad. Let's see. Heading out. Actually headed home from work. Talk about multitasking. Enjoy these. Hey, man. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for coming in, Brian. Appreciate it, man. Glad you're done with the day for work. Safe driving if you got to drive, man. I love how she just like destroys this and like she just has this cutout of the Robin symbol ready to go.
Yeah. Although I will say this, I think that's a great scene. Bane destroying the bat symbol. Also, I love how huge the bat symbol the actual light floodlight is.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty cool visual. Probably the best visual in this movie. Bane destroying the bat symbol. It's kind of symbolic.
My favorite shots are probably the butt shots from the beginning. That's probably my favorite. Like Caleb said it earlier, but you know, that's quality. It kind of sucks too that like she becomes Batgirl with like, and I don't know. I mean, she said she had some like some training or whatever, some self-defense classes or whatever, but you just become one of the dudes, and Robin did too. I get that, but Robin had a revenge story. She needed the drugs. I guess it plays off the same, but it's just like, here's your bat suit. Here you go. Like, that's it. You found the Batcave, and you're off. Like, Robin at least had a little development.
I can always buy Robin because he's a world-renowned gymnast. Like, he has some type of quickness and speed to him. It's not necessarily the power that he has or the training. It's because he can dance around his opponents and knock them out. Like, he's that good.
Yeah. So it makes sense. It works into his character. It's not a far-fetched to just start training how to fight and use what you got. But yeah, just I don't know the backstory. I don't know. I think Batgirl is just a kind of a nothing character in this movie. Doesn't add a whole lot. I don't know. It's just more distraction in a 2-hour movie. I think it would have been better had Commissioner Gordon been killed. If Commissioner Gordon would have been killed though, and that was his daughter, I think that might have played better.
Yeah. So this is actually a great moment here.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny though because like it doesn't. So we had somewhat of a similar moment in the Batman. Not real big spoilers here, but there's a good moment between Bruce Wayne and Alfred, and it works better there. Even though here's a lot more heartfelt, because to me Bruce Wayne isn't like George Clooney's Bruce Wayne. It wasn't a hassle to work himself up to being really open to Alfred. But other Bruce Waynes are like, they're just so hard and cold-hearted and closed off that when they do open themselves up, it's a really big deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Still a pretty good moment for this movie. But other movies just do it better because their Bruce Waynes are more nuanced, or their Batmans are more nuanced.
Yeah, we said earlier that Arnold's probably the best actor in this movie. Like, on paper, yes, but I think Michael Gough gives his best performance in this movie, and it's just because he's actually taking it serious and he's actually nailing everything. Oh, I like that, bringing in the Batman Forever, Batwings, bringing in the Batboat from Batman Forever. Got the opening credits right there.
You guys talked about in your one episode I watched ranking the Batwings. Actually, the Batman Forever Batwing might be my favorite.
It's sweet.
It's a great design, I think.
It is. I will say, though, if I was including the animated series takes it.
Yes. Oh, last time I was talking to you, I said I was waiting on it from I had ordered it and then just got it.
That's so sweet.
So good.
God dang, that's cool.
Yeah.
God, dude. I gotta have that now.
I'm not gonna paint it. I gotta feel like how much? Oh yeah, $50. That's how much it was. I feel
Yeah.
like I gotta keep it down because I feel like my wife's gonna see it or hear me. But yeah, it's so good. It's so nice.
I think so cool. Here's another
I
good
do
scene.
think someone. Yeah, it's a pretty good scene. I do
Yeah.
think there could be a 6.5 out of 10 rating movie of this that someone could edit down. Like right now, this movie is like a 3, 4 out of 10. I think with better editing, if they focus in on the Bruce and Alfred dynamic, took out some of the Batgirl, took out some of the puns of Mr. Freeze, it could come up to a 6.5 out of 10. Probably 6 out of 10.
Yeah, can you imagine, like I said, like if you did some color editing as well, and you
Yeah.
got rid of the Bane dialogue and put in a different dialogue for Bane, maybe gave him actually something to say, like nothing like Shakespearean or something amazing, but you cut. I don't know what you do to Arnold's dialogue, but you do something with that. Like there is a better movie in
Uh,
here. It just, god dang, did they double down on everything I would not have.
Bomb.
Oh
Bomb.
god.
So bad. Bomb.
He's a giant ogre, is what he is. He's a giant like troll monster.
Yeah, they. The thing is, they took one of the smartest characters in possibly all of comics, probably top 10, like tactful strategist, and turned him into a dumb idiot.
Right, right.
Like
Well, like
the way he beat
look at all those.
Batman wasn't just because I was like, just the way he beat Batman in the comics wasn't just because he was bigger and stronger than him. It's because he outsmarted him. He set everything up. He was boom in the Batcave. He released all these villains and made Batman so tired that when he came to the Batcave one day, Bane was just waiting there in the Batcave and broke his back. Like that's the best way I can beat him. Like he planned it all out, and now he's just a dumb idiot.
It's brutal. It's brutal, man.
I don't hate this Batcave.
Yeah. No, it's a solid
It
Batcave.
might be the best. Yeah.
No, the best Batcave is '89 Batcave. Don't even start. Don't start.
I might go Batman v Superman.
It is a cool Batcave, but it doesn't hold a candle to '89.
Like that scene where where right after the chase scene, and the Batmobile's all wrecked because Superman hit it, and like the Batmobile's racing in, but it's wrecked, and then Ben Affleck gets out the car and he's just coming up the stairs and stuff. That's a great scene.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, the constructional, like, yeah, it feels like it's always in construction. Like it's yeah, I do like the Batcave. It's just '89 is it. I don't know. I just love '89 Batman Cave so much. I love the way it's shot. I love the old computer feel to it. I love that it's like wartimey feely computers. I love the
Yeah.
old timey setting of that movie. Like I said, it feels like OG Batman.
That
It's so
was
good.
that was one of the things I loved about the Batman, right? Like he had the glass, the eye goggles and not goggles, but the eye cameras and stuff. But he had to print them out like on paper. Like it wasn't like some easy like, oh, let me just put it up on the computer screen and look at it. He had to like print the stuff out on the paper and physically look at stuff and evidence and hold it in his hand. Another
Actually, I gotta
person.
say, this is probably my favorite outfit of hers. I don't know why. I like the black into the green, and I like how the leather fades from pink to black, and like it's very. I don't know. It works for me. I really like it.
Now I'm gonna go with the more comic book accurate one. I think it might have been her first look.
Yeah, I think you're
with
right.
the
Yeah.
the green, and she didn't have anything that weird going on with her hair. The
She said,
hair
"How
just
about
gets
slippery
more
when wet?"
weird and more weird. Oh gosh, this is way too much of a close up.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's intimate. That's a nice little shot right there with the smile. Yeah, it's all right.
That one's better. I
You're
get
not
that
telling
one.
me that. You're not telling me that rubber lips is keeping you from something that's gonna kill you. Like how rubber is
And
rubber.
also,
Like
but also that wouldn't like what if she used the spore gas thingy?
yeah.
Like
What if she Frenched
mm,
him?
that's true.
I actually do kind of like this fight scene. Yeah, not well, her and Batgirl. And I like her spikes too. Yeah, her wrist spike things. Those are cool. I don't know. I mean, it's not like something I'd want to see in a legit Batman movie. Not that this isn't a legit, but you know.
I am hating the cape that hooked up to the thigh thing.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
And then you're about to become compost. Oh, it hurts my soul.
That's not a bad flip.
No.
You know what I was thinking about? How the original Power Rangers have pretty great action fights for their time.
Yeah.
Like they're
Well,
pretty
yeah,
well
they actually.
choreographed. It also didn't help. It also helped that all of them were actual martial artists and stuff, and they were
Right.
paid horribly and did stunts they shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Amy Jo Johnson was like big into gymnastics, so that helped. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And you know, Jason David Frank and Jason the Red Ranger. They're both accomplished martial artists. Yep. And
yeah,
the guy who plays Zach, Walter Jones. Walter Jones. I can't believe I'm messing that up,
I think
but
so.
yeah, he's got some yeah, some of that background as well.
No, he has training too. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in one of
Yeah.
my favorite movies. You ever see Love and the Bullet?
Uh-uh.
I think that's what's called Love and the Bullet. Yeah, it's about like this assassin guy who like is kind of trying to get out of the assassin game, but it used to. Oh man, it's been years since I watched it. I need to watch it. I need to buy it. It used to be one of my favorite movies.
Huh. I don't know. That actually, like that
Such
little
a weird
playful
scene.
thing. Yep, we'll kill her later. Like that actually is not horrible. It's kind of funny. Like an average person would say that. It's not a pun or something. You're about to become compost. Like, were you thinking about this line the entire time you were getting there? Like that sounds very. I'm waiting to say this before I punch you in the face. Oh God, let's kick some
You know,
ice. It's so brutal.
I'll give you some credit for that. Oh, I
And
forgot to ask you. So the reason why I asked you how old you were when this came out, how did you feel about this movie when it came out?
it was a major downgrade from uh, Batman Forever. But I still, I mean, it was like, once again, I always try to preface this with like when I was growing up, when we were growing up, no superhero movies, like nothing. Like you had the Captain America movie nobody watched, the Flash movie nobody watched, Batman, you had the old Superman, you had a couple things. Really, you were starving, so anything they gave you, you were like, no, 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 no. So I knew what it was, I enjoyed it, and it's good that this movie plays on a lot of animated series stuff. So that made me kind of like it because, like, you know what I mean. You get a little bit of that. So the worst Batman movie, I still kind of liked it. I don't know. How about you?
It's hard for me to remember because I remember begging my mom to go see it in theaters. Like I will beg her like all the every day. to go take me, and she never did. So I don't really remember when was the first time I went to go see it, but I thought it was fine. I didn't hate it probably until a couple years later. And I was like, oh, this is terrible. Okay, I will say though, so I had this toy. I had the Ice Hammer toy. Loved it. Loved it so
the,
much.
the ice hammer is
Like
that
it was so huge too.
this thing?
No, that's the name of his Batmobile. I think it was Ice Hammer. That one right there.
Okay,
It makes
right.
I loved it.
Are you
I
talking
love
about are you
that
talking
toy.
about Freeze's or are you talking about Batman's?
Batman's.
Yeah. Okay. The little this guy. I actually like that better than I do the Batmobile.
Yeah. Oh, because
Worst
it has a
shield
cover on
ever.
it. I think I remember loving that as a kid. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool, but like he just had a what do they call those boat God, what are those things called? Damn, fan boat. He just had a fan boat. Like Robin, you get a fan boat. If we ever need to go out with a fan boat, you get it. Like I'm gonna take the plane again. You're gonna get the like what? And then she throws away the mask that kills
There's
me because
some. Keep going.
no, I was just saying
Oh.
I like it didn't look that great on her, but I thought it was better than just like here's my hair and my head like Robin.
Yeah. All right. We haven't talked about the suits yet because they changed their suits into their winter suits. This costume is the worst costume. It's an abomination to Batman costumes. Like it was
Yeah,
purely made to sell toys.
it's pretty bad. But I don't know. I actually on Clooney, I kind of like it better. I think the cowl looks better. The ears are corrected. The jawline looks a little bit better. It's got those little spikes right there. I think it actually looks better on Clooney than the other suit. The other suit is better, but I think this suit looks better on Clooney.
Are you talking about just the cowl or the whole suit?
I think the suit too, because it beefs him up a little bit. It doesn't just look like it looks like a rip off of the prototype suit from the end of Forever, but it just bulks him up a little bit.
Yeah.
It makes him look like a more fit Batman than just like the Greek god looking one. I don't know. It is trash, but at the same time,
That's the That's weird. Yeah. I guess I can get that. I mean, it does go away
uh,
from that Greek god body type of stuff.
yeah. Arnold had to have LEDs in his mouth, and like he would every once in a while freak out because he'd start like getting battery acid taste in his mouth. I'm like, guys, like you couldn't think of anything better than light bulbs in his mouth. Like, what are we doing here? And I don't mind the Robin suit because it really doesn't do anything but turn it silver.
Yeah, just a reskin.
Right. And then the mask.
And I
Yeah.
didn't mind the scene here of him saving her, then her saving him.
Yeah. Because on the one hand, like the one thing you don't want to do is like bring a gal in your movie, and then all of a sudden she's the one that always has to be saved. But it is kind of nice that Robin finally gets to help out a little bit and be the leader and kind of take that role a little bit. And then you have that where she's there too. She is an asset to the team. So it was a nice way to play on that. You give him one scene when he catches her when she comes off her motorcycle, and then you have a little give and take right there. Yeah, and then they have to partner up here in a second with Bane, who's just randomly here at the bottom. Oh, Batman, you guys didn't use the front door? Like,
Yeah.
this fight scene sucks. They just get choked out. And he's like, get the two. Like,
Oh gosh, it's bad.
It's bad.
For some reason, that just remind. Have you ever seen the cartoon Justice League Crisis on Two Earths?
Dude, I mentioned that with Caleb the other week. That's one of my favorite cartoon Batman movie. Yeah,
Yeah. No, that's like legit one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time.
so
Like
good.
the end there where they're all fighting each other. Like, I love that movie. I rewatch that movie often.
Oh, it's so
But
good. Yeah,
also
with
there's
the
a scene in it where like Owlman is fighting Batman and he chops the the metal bar right behind him. That just happened to remind me of it.
yeah. I love it at the very end where he's like, it's about to blow up. He's like, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
he's
Oh,
just
it's so
so.
because it's yeah. It's like it doesn't
James
matter.
Woods nailed that character.
It's so like that character.
Yeah.
One of the wild moments of that movie is with with Power Woman. Wait, is that her name? Power Woman or Superwoman? Superwoman. When Superwoman, she has Batman, and then she's like
Oh,
crushes his ribs with the thumb,
yeah.
and then he screams like ah. She's like, I like my lovers to make some noise. I'm like, holy crap! What the heck?
Yeah, dude.
Is she
But
about
then
to
he like
like?
try to ninja kick her in the head, and she's like, "That's gonna cost you a rib." And I was like, I love how she's like, "And I'm
Yes.
gonna break your rib." Yeah, that's gonna cost you a rib.
And then Batman throws the smoke gas, and then she's like, "You try to hide from me with smoke." And then she sucks it up, and he's like, "And it's still
It's so good.
gas." and then
Oh,
knocks her
God,
out.
that movie's good. Yes, man. I hear nobody ever, and it's not like people talk about the cartoon movies that often, unless you're really going nerdy. But yeah, that's a phenomenal
Yeah.
Batman Justice League movie. Like he has icicle bombs.
Yeah.
And in case you were so
Well,
stupid,
I have
Bane was
icicle
saying
bomb.
bomb every time, like you said. Like really?
Yeah.
He fell
I
so
will
hard, it's
say
like when
this
the
though.
controllers
So
fall
it's
out of your.
probably been. I don't know. I don't remember the last time I watched this movie, and it might just be because I'm in a really good Batman mood. But I'm not. And maybe it's just fun watching it with other people. But I'm not hating the time I'm spending watching it.
Right. Well, and I think you got to watch it with somebody, because if you just sit here watching it by yourself, I mean, it's not going to be as much fun.
Yeah.
So like all those diamonds, they're just lost. Like he needed to hold the city ransom for billions of dollars when he had probably billions of dollars in diamonds, but whatever.
You know what though? I like those batarangs
Yeah.
and those hooks.
Longest falling ever.
Yeah. Thank you, Batman. Never liked
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
terrible.
gosh, hated that. The thing is, like the dialogue. I've read a lot of Batman comics, and the dialogue just does not feel like it. Why does he have a cock piece on the suit?
A thong? Yeah, it kind of looks
Yeah,
like a waist. What do they call those? Thigh high? I don't remember what they call
a
those thongs. But yeah,
banana hammock. It's a banana
oh
hammock.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, dude, Alicia Silverstone. My mercy. I'm sorry. It's got to be mentioned. Like
I
Uma
was
Thurman,
mad
who?
though even when I was a kid, I was like, she's not Gordon's. I mean, she's not in the comic. She's not Alfred's niece. She's Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
Right. That's why,
So I
like,
was even as a
if you
kid,
go
I
in
was like,
there, if
this
this
is
is the
weird.
fourth movie, kill off Gordon because Gordon's worthless in these movies. Kill him off and bring her in.
Yeah, he's so worthless.
And then we just rotate the satellites and magically use the power of the sun. Like, oh my god, the set designs here are terrible. They literally feel like a 4-foot set.
Yeah. And I don't know how you feel about the Gotham with a bunch of random statues everywhere, but I mean, I'm not a fan of that Gotham.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me too much. It depends on how like the statues look. Like when the statues like taking up the entire city, that would bother me. But just like a part of the
Yeah.
building, like like an Oscars trophy or something like that, I'll buy that. That looks cool. But I would have gone for more like gargoyle kind of
Yeah.
stuff, like at the end of Batman '89.
Yes.
But
I'm really
he's just got a
surprised we haven't
smartphone in his back
gotten.
pocket.
Also, how did he record it? But
Hidden
but
camera, and
I forgot what my point was.
see, look at his
This is actually a
shoulders and
pretty
his
good moment, I
chest.
think,
Like
of
he
him trying to
looks.
talk to you.
See, this is good dialogue.
It is. I can't lie. This is good dialogue. It's good Batman focused dialogue. This is actually a pretty good Batman moment.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about it more. And he's delivering it really well. It's funny because that eyeliner doesn't come down all the way.
Yeah.
It like you can tell where you can see his skin.
Right. And then it's nice that he just has it on him at all times. If he's got to go, he's taking his research with him. He's got his, he's got his floppy disk in there. He's got those. He's ready.
Oh gosh, they ruined it. They ruined it with that dialogue. St. Tidney called me in the morning. They had it, and then they ruined it.
Yeah.
All he could have said was take that dialogue out and just have him say, "Take care of her. I'm trusting you." That would have been better than take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
I don't like. I've noticed a lot in this movie, and maybe it's just because like this is the first time I've ever watched this on Blu-ray, and God forbid when I watch it on 4K. But the suits look really foamy, like they have that foam bendy look to them. I don't remember any of that in Returns, Forever, or '89. Like I don't know if they just went cheap or whatever, but it looks really foamy.
Yeah. I do like how they rushed there fast enough that they didn't really change out of their costumes.
But Arkham was okay. Like it's cool that we get a little bit of that. Like it you know what? Again, me saying how I giving props to Gotham. They actually get into Arkham Asylum, and you get to see it a lot more. Like it's a big character in the Batman universe that's just not utilized very well in the movies.
This doesn't make any sense to me. This makes
Stupid.
absolutely no sense. Why would they give him back his suit and just let him in to kill her? I guess.
Right. Right. Well, so then,
Wait,
so you're just gonna feed him
I thought he was
diamonds
gonna say
forever?
winter is coming.
Winter has come.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like they got a pizza box, they got a dictionary out. Like, okay, Alfred's off, so what are we gonna do in his absence? We're just gonna jack up this house. Like, Screw all the pride he
Yeah.
took in this house. Like, we're just gonna mess it up.
Gonna be the first thing he does when he wakes up. I gotta clean up.
Yeah.
You know what though? There's something about Alfred being in trouble that brings the whole Bat family together that I can really respect that storyline.
Yep.
Because in the comics, Alfred is often he is the heart of and glue of the Bat family. He's the one that keeps it all together. He's the one that checks in on everybody. He's the real father of them all.
Yeah. He didn't catch you when you guys were falling out of the rocket. You fought a plant lady and won, like woo.
Yeah. The thing is, I feel like I'm going down memory lane, and I'm pretty sure I remember 10-year-old me liking the movie.
Yeah.
Not hating it, but just liking it. I mean, I liked anything that was Batman.
Yeah, we're gonna need a bigger cave. Well, how about like all the bikes and stuff don't come out of one little hole in the ground? Like, I don't know where the rest of these things were coming from, but like the motorcycle where the Batmobile was, little silly.
I know a lot of
Hey,
people
name
hate
a
on how the last two movies ended with them running towards the camera, but I always liked it.
yeah. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like they're running into action. The bat signal's out. They're running off to save the day. Dude, there's nothing better. Name a better ending than 89 Batman with the score coming on, crawling over the building, and then you got the bat
Oh,
signal with him
easily.
standing there with the cape flapping in the wind. The ears are a little short, which bother me, but other than that, I love that ending so much.
The ending, the ending to the Dark Knight, John, is
Oh
the
God, come on,
best. Ending.
Chris.
Commissioner Gordon crowning John. I get goosebumps every single time. Like since I saw the movie, it's been what? I can't do math right now. 14 years?
14, yeah.
14 years? Yeah. I still get goosebumps at that time when Commissioner Gordon's like, because he's not a hero. He's a watchful protector, a guardian, a dark knight. And the music hits, and you know he's on the bat pod, goosebumps
Fade to
every
black.
single time, John.
We'll chase him because he can take it. I do like that, but dude,
Yeah.
go back and rewatch 89 Batman. I want you to fast forward all the way to the end, and I want you to crank. I want to put some good headsets in, or crank it on your stereo, dude. There's nothing better than that Danny Elfman, dun 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 dun, and it just picks up, dude. That was my ringtone for probably 5 years straight. When I die, when I'm being put into the ground, I want that to go off. I love that ending so much. I love the construction. Like a new future is being built on the old Gotham. There's more on the horizon. Batman is that watcher, that gargoyle on the. Oh my God, forever the best ending. I do respect the Dark Knight ending. It's a great ending, but the crescendo is amazing. It is fantastic,
Yeah.
but nothing touches 89.
I feel like we're going back to the conversations we were having at Pitt when we were arguing which is better, the Nolan 2 movies at that time and Batman Returns.
Yeah, the Batman Returns just has not aged well, especially when you've had a lot of good Batman material, and that nostalgia kind of wears off a little bit. Like, I don't know if Dark Knight and Begins will ever truly fade for me. They're I mean, a world class director directed those, right? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think I just
No,
think it's on
I
a different
watched
level.
I watched The Dark Knight yesterday. Maybe it was the day before yesterday. I was like, holy crap, this movie is just it's just balls to the wall, grabs you, doesn't let go until just the end. And there's so many different, and sometimes you forget how many twists and turns are in that movie because you watched it, 20 times or more. Like, there's so many twists and turns. Commissioner Gordon died at one point and he came back. The whole stuff with the people on the boat. Like, are they going to blow up one another? Are they both going to blow up? He has to defeat the Joker. And then Two-Face stuff. It was all just really good.
Well, in the whole movie, the Joker
And Batman
just
Begins, to me,
keeps
just gets
building.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like I remember in the
Man,
theater,
his
just
performance.
couldn't wait.
Yeah, his performance is so good. I really don't think anyone's ever going to top his Joker for me. I'm not sure. It'll be really hard to do. And the thing is, I didn't love the first look of him when I first saw it because it was that close up. It was just like all you saw was this part of his face, and I was like, no, I don't know if I really like it. And then that all just went away. Like, just it's such a good Joker.
I don't know if I said this when
Oh,
on your guys's.
go ahead.
If I could cast, like, give me a chance. If I could cast, no, hold on. Actually, real fast before I say this, the guy who plays, I can't remember his name, Elastaman or something like that. I can't remember his name. The guy in Flash season 5 or whatever 4, Mr. Elongated Man. I can't remember his name. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Have you seen? Yeah, he has a really good chin for a Joker. I think he has a really good haircut, chin, bone structure. I think he'd be a good Joker. But the one actor I have dreamcasted probably for over 10 years is Ashton Kutcher. Look at his face, watch him smile, look at him laugh. Look at his build. If he slimmed down a little bit, he'd be kind of a lanky Joker. He's got a perfect face for the Joker. I'm sorry, I'll die on that
I think
hill.
his face is too round. I think
Nope,
his face is
go
too
look at it.
round. He has a more rounded
Nope.
face. Joker needs a more
Nope.
elongated.
Yeah, dude, look at it. Look at it again. He's got a real solid, like pointy chin, and he's got like really good, pronounced cheeks. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I don't think he's a good enough actor to do the Joker justice.
I don't know. Yeah, but once again, you're an actor. The director, like, look at Quentin Tarantino is the best at getting the best performances from any actor. I mean, you got John Travolta that was out and out, down and out in his career. So many actors he's worked with that he gives them a second chance, and based on his direction, their purpose, he gets the best performances. I put a lot, not only on the actor but on the director. I mean, really, like, look at Hayden Christensen, right? He's amazing. He's a good actor. He's crap in Star Wars because George Lucas directed him poorly.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but hey, real quick, what did you think of the Joker scene, the 5-minute deleted scene they didn't put in? What? Because I don't think it was out yet last time we were talking.
No, it wasn't. I think it was smart. I think it was smart for them to cut it because I don't think it was necessary. I think it would have been somewhat redundant because pretty much Joker's telling him like, "Hey, you two are kind of the same, right?" And he doesn't realize that in the theatrical cut. He doesn't realize that until the end of the movie, and so it would have just been a little bit of redundant. I do really like the dialogue between the two. I think dialogue is great. I think the acting is really good between the two of them. Like the give and take, and Batman's like, here's a file, and Joker's like, you think I get off on this stuff? He's like, I thought it would interest you. Like the dialogue was really good. Now the biggest thing, I'm not in love with the look. Like I don't need that grotesque looking Joker. Like part of the nuance to the Joker for me is that he is a clown. The clown is traditionally a fun thing but he turns that on its head by being the complete opposite of that. And so I don't need the grotesque looking Joker. I'd rather have that clean cut Joker. The weird thing is that we just got that sort of with Jared Leto's portrayal in Suicide Squad. Like, it's funny, looking back, he probably is the cleanest looking Joker in recent memory, even though he has a tattoo across there, he's wearing a grill. He's still one of the most stylish, like cleanest looking ones. He had completely perma white skin, green hair, and it didn't work for some reason. And so maybe I can't complain that much about the grotesqueness of this one, but the actor's really good, and I look forward to seeing more stuff. I do hope they take back that grotesqueness a little bit. Just sure, give him some prosthetics and stuff like that, but just scale it back a little bit. Also, don't give him the bald head. Just make him more fully. Give him a good head. Good head of hair.
That's weird that they decided that. Give him a weird like mohawk, flat top, balding thing. Like it's just it's a very weird look, and I get that, and we'll see it as the character develops how that goes. But I can't imagine it's going to get that much better. I don't know. The more I listen to it, like if the reason why Heath Ledger's Joker is so captivating is because it's the little ticks. It's the using the Jack Nicholson stuff, like we talked about, like how he holds the word, and then he's like he'll pronounce the P at the end of something, or like the word, and like that D, like you really pronounce and lay it in there. So he takes that, but then he does the little things with his tongue. He's always like pausing just right. This guy has that. He's using some of that, and I like his. Like at first, it kind of bothered me how he talks through his teeth and his prosthetics. Like you can kind of hear that whistle kind of thing. But the more I listen to it, the more I rewatch it, the more I'm captivated and I'm hanging on to his words. I think you're right with that dialogue, man. With the I love the anniversary stick where it's like anniversary first year's paper.
Yes,
like that, so good. I'm with you on the look. I don't know. I like a clean cut Joker, and I think like you're saying with Suicide Squad, I don't like that look. I don't like the rapey vibes. But I like the Zack Snyder Joker at the end, the cleaner looking one. I'd like to see more of that. But yeah, I'm glad they cut it because you were leaning on Seven, Zodiac. You're leaning on those really heavily. I'm sorry, like if that upsets people and frustrates them, it's I get it, but then you pull in the Hannibal Lecter thing where it's like, here's the crime scenes. I need an intelligent person. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm a big horror fan. I pick up on that quick, but everybody else is gonna pick on that too. Like you're gonna have to come up with some original stuff. Like I'm sorry. But it's weird. Like, are you gonna?
Great place.
How are you gonna put that into the next? You're not gonna use that in the next movie, right? So how are you gonna develop this relationship? Or are you gonna start fresh again?
I'm not sure where they're going with it, and I'm not sure the next movie is going to be. I mean, you would think Joker's going to be in the next one, but I'm not certain. I think he might do a little thing where he just puts him in. I would like for him to just put in the Joker a little bit here and there, and then in the third movie, you figure out that. So throughout this movie, right, you put him in. He's not a threat, right? Batman goes to him every now and then. But then he's not a threat. And then at the third movie, or maybe right at the end of the movie, maybe like a cliffhanger, you realize that, oh no, he is the big threat. And he's been working a long scheme plan this whole time. In fact, he's been using Batman in different ways. Like if you notice, when Batman gives him the file, there's a paperclip, and then when he gives them back to him, the paperclip's gone. Like as if Joker could do something with that little paperclip, make a weapon out of it or something. Or maybe he's just has this really long plan. Put Harley in the next movie or something. And have where he's just building up this huge plan for the destruction of Gotham or to change the soul of Gotham, maybe in like the third movie.
Yeah, it's interesting because I knew the paperclip. It kind of actually irritates me because most protocols they don't allow you to bring anything in there. Like, and then I'm like, that seems a little too easy. But yeah, I hear you on that. We'll have to see where it
Right.
goes. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like we talk. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I would just say in the Dark Knight, it's sort of Batman's fault that the Joker broke out, right? When he banged up against the glass, and then so the glass
Right.
comes down, so now there's a weapon just right there. I mean, it's the cop's fault because the cop got close enough that the Joker was able to do anything. Such a great scene
Right.
too. Like,
They probably should have put him in another room. Yeah.
yeah,
It kind of reminds me of my wife and I, we were watching Casino Royale just a little bit last night. It was on Netflix. When in the beginning of that, like he shoots he shoots the guy and shoots the propane tank, and all the dudes fall down for like 35 seconds, and he runs away. I kind of hate that scene a little bit because it blows up, and he's just like everybody else is down for the count for like 10 minutes, and I'm just walking around. Like I kind of wish there was a little bit more. That's kind of a nitpick for me for the movie. It's just like everybody's unconscious now for 5 minutes, I guess. Like I would have liked to have seen like him rush for the door and his like fellas come in or something. Like I don't know, but it's not a make or break. But um, uh, how do you? We talked about it a little bit earlier. How do you feel about the Discovery takeover if they're actually going to? Do you think they can balance if they push forward Zack Snyder's universe? Because the big theory is that the test screenings said that they're actually going to push forward
that
and make the Zack Snyder
that's
canon
canonized it.
and continue on. How do you think the Pattinson Batman and the Justice League can continue? Because some of those characters are running out of steam. Do you think they can do both? What do you think?
I think it's really weird right now because the new people might come in and be like, listen, you guys tried it with these actors, and you tried your own Justice League movie. In fact, you had two Justice League movies technically. None of them were that successful because if you look at the numbers of Zack Snyder's Justice League that people have estimated, like it's not groundbreakingly high. The number of views, like Mortal Kombat got more, Godzilla versus Kong got more, other movies got. I think even the Suicide Squad had more views than Zack Snyder's Justice League. And so it's like, all right, what is the appetite for Zack Snyder's Justice League? Like, if I'm an exec at Discovery, I'm like, yeah, sure, you got some really passionate Snyder fans, but passionate Snyder fans doesn't equal butts in the seats. Like,
Right.
and general audiences have had a try at this. And so I'm not certain that they care to really revisit that and put even more money into it. Like from a business perspective, I wouldn't do it because to me, all the signs are pointing that you should just not focus on the Zack Snyder Justice League aspect of it. Me as a fan, that I think would work. I think you recast Henry Cavill. I mean, I would love having Henry Cavill. I love him. He's my favorite Superman. But that relationship doesn't seem to be working out. So recast Henry Cavill. I would honestly recast Ben Affleck because I don't think he's unless he's ready and available. If he's ready and available, keep him and go. But I would continue doing Justice League movies. I'm not sure I would do Zack Snyder's Justice League movies because although Zack Snyder seems like he's happy over on Netflix doing stuff for them. But I would make a third Wonder Woman movie that was a lot better than the last one. Keep making Aquaman movies because those are still really good. Well, the last one was really good. The second one's looking like it might be good. Shazam's going to come back out. I thought the first one was really good. Black Adam's going to come out. Like, they have, and they can still bring back Harley Quinn. Sure, Birds of Prey wasn't that well received and wasn't that great, but there's a lot of reasons behind that. Like, don't give her an R-rated movie. Like she can come back.
Well, and don't make her Ninja Warrior 5000 from Yoda out of nowhere. Like, she's just hitting people with a bat, then all of a sudden she's Batman level ninja. Like, I was like, I don't understand why. And then I hated her in the Suicide Squad too. Like, she's ninja level 5000 from Yoda, just destroying the entire SWAT team. I'm like, this is not Harley Quinn. It's like in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon when all of a sudden April O'Neil's throwing down with the turtles. I'm like, what's happening? you're losing it. Like, you're losing control and feel of the character.
Yeah,
It's killing me.
it's why she's changed so much since the animated series. Which whatever, I'll buy. She's also a gymnast, and so I'll buy some level of that. I love the Suicide Squad though. I think it is one thing. It's rated pretty high. Like it has a pretty good RT score and stuff. But I think that movie has way more layers than people give it credit for. Like I think that movie is nuanced. Like and I might be the only person that has this. I think James Gunn was operating on a higher level with that movie. And mostly comes down to I think had a huge message to the movie that I think people are missing, and it's a message about empathy and not doing things just because people ordered you to do them or just because that's what you expect from them. There's a really great story there about like not following orders or the crowd just because it's a popular thing to do, right? When Amanda Waller's people hit her over the head, they made a choice to go against her, made a choice to believe in the Suicide Squad, even though they weren't going to benefit from them personally. And so I think there's a really good message there that I don't think gets talked about enough. Because if you think about Nazi Germany, right, not to make light or anything, like, good people suddenly just, they probably consider themselves good. They just went along with things because leadership told them to go along with things. And if they just would have stood up, maybe things would be a little different. I'm not saying it would be, and I don't really want to compare those two things, but I think he was making some commentary on that.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, when there's something wrong, you need to stand up and you need to do what you can to make it right. I can see that. Yeah. But yeah, if anybody watches this in the future, if I keep this, thank you guys for watching. Thank you again, Chris. I had a blast. Next time we'll figure it out. Maybe we can get Sean in here and also Caleb. That'd be kind of neat to have the other part of it. But thanks again. We'll catch you later, Chris. Have a good one.
All right.